Oi, oi, Sabaloi. Welcome back to Flat Earth British. Double flat thumbs to infinity thrice. Good to see you all, guys. For a Flaterday, fantasticus. We're going to have a great time. Let me just check my comms are in order when it comes up. So, having a fantastic week? Hope so. Okay. Give me a second. Having a fantastic week? Absolutely ballistic. So we're going to go with that. Thanks for popping by, guys. 100 odd of you waiting. Thanks for being patient. But as I discussed with Cheryl only yesterday, patience is a necessity rather than a virtue. I think I agree with that. Thinking about it critically. And it's something that we all have to practice. Something I'm not really good at, actually, is patience. I try to be patient, but I live in a country where you've got a queue for every fucking thing. That's something I don't like, guys. I never liked it in school, and I don't like it now. Queuing with the masses, like cattle. So, we're going to have an awesome show tonight, guys. It's going to be a really busy week. I'm going to share some of my adventures with you. I've been traveling around a bit this week, doing a bit of activism, meets, all sorts of stuff, really. It's been a really fab week. So, I'm back now, feeling a bit but happy and buzzing that it's a Flaterday. So what we're going to look into this week, I'm going to share a lot of stuff in this post, and I'm going to be sharing it in the descriptions box below this video, following this video. I'm live on the Celtic Tartarian channel, which is one of our other channels, guys, and this channel, obviously. So double flat thumbs to infinity thrice. Okay, we're going to have some fun. Let's not take life too seriously. What we're going to think about here is the controllers. Now, there's no doubts in my mind by now that the Phoenicians are in control. When this came about, I think in my mind, probably around the Norman conquest. But whenever I think about where did they come from? Where did they come from indeed? Well, we've been talking about that a while, haven't we, guys? You know, out of the water, you know, welcome out of the wells, etc. But is it possibly other lands or above even? You know, like the Olympians, the Greeks, they seem to be, you know, like in Jason and the Argonauts, above us all with their little pool, you know, watching the mortals as mortals, you know, fuck it up or not, as the case may be. What about Atlantis? They seem to have a bit of an Atlantis tribulation to them. You know, this classical theme is repeated in every ancient culture, from Troy to the Greeks to the Carthaginians. All of them really share this classical theme, including what we think of as the Atlanteans. So did that sink and the remainders emerged from the mists, like the mists of time? And did they come in and take over? Because these mysterious sea peoples are the ones definitely in control. Or other realms, like interdimensional, like they are here controlling us now in some advanced futuristic AI, portraying another past time which we're all living in now, and nothing is really tallying anymore. Now we know it's them. And why do we know it's them? Because we're speaking their language, phonetics. Okay, that all sort of came about the language, I'm guessing, with the advent of the King James Bible, where everyone was speaking the same version of English, well, slightly changed, that we are now. So they run the financial sector, they run music, they run all of their music, contemporary music is Phoenician paradigm. The language that you speak is phonetics, spells, magic spells from these alchemical, hermetic witchy fuckers the controller show. The legal system, okay, anything to do with the legal system is the Phoenicians. They're all over the architecture, but from what we've discovered, they wasn't always. Place names, anything with Opolis, like Heliopolis or Indianapolis, or anything with that on the end is a designation to the Phoenicians. The church is definitely overrun with hermetic symbols, Phoenician architecture, Phoenician godages, if you like. So we're going to look into some of their customs through some old books, one namely by Sir Isaac Newton, the chronology of ancient chronology, amended. So we're going to look into that, what he thought about the Phoenicians. Now, they seem to, these Babylonians, the whore of Babylon, they have some really peculiar customs, and they're in control, and they want it to seep through into all aspects of society with their control mechanism. But we're on to them, okay? And their watery wickedness, because they are the masters of water. I have proposed for years now, and wrote books about it, that the Phoenicians are the culprits for reset through either Fasces technologies, EMF technologies, or flood, water arriving, a lot of it. And then we're like, glug, 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 glug. There's more than two forms of purification of this place, because water can also be in ice form, can't it? So that would be Ragnarok. Okay, so we're going to have a little whiz through. We're going to use what I really think, but it's only me, it's not shared opinion, that Venice was a Phoenician ship. I mean, the whole thing. And it's this is how I imagine Phoenicia to be, is this water world, where, essentially, I think they're pirates. I think they've come up maybe from Atlantis. They've come here on these ships. They've taken over the realm. They come with goodies that they picked up elsewhere. They've used the, the sea routes that they've laid down. That are still the same sea routes today. It's like a microcosm or a macrocosm of what the East India Company got up to, but on a larger scale, and the pirates, they have the skull and crossbones on their flag, don't they? And that's just the same as 322 or skull and crossbones, the Yale super elite secret organizations that have their finger in a lot of pies. And I don't mean that in a rude way. So we're going to have a think about that. I'm going to show some images right through time, different aspects of Venice, and some really actually stunning shares on that. And we're going to look at some chronology. We're going to look at some hermetic symbols that are gnarly and weird. So, if you are like, loosey-goosey, you're going to like this. We're going to look at some old maps that I dug up. Now, I found an ancient upside-down map, but they can't seem to give me a date on it by the look of what's on there, maybe 1400s. But it's some crazy shit that they're showing us. We're going to have a look at that later, guys. Okay, we're going to run through a load of images, and I'm going to show you what I have been up to this week. Okay, so I've been bouncing around this week. I've been breaking pattern to make things work. And I have been on a Flat Earth meet, a gathering of like-minded people, which is very refreshing to hear all of the alternative conversations going on, relaxed, the things you wouldn't be ordinarily say in a coffee shop, that people don't talk about very much. So all of that going down, which was very comforting for a lot of people, I noticed, which is always a good thing. So that was nice, because a lot of people are isolated in the truther movement, I find. So that's why they link up to other truthers, so they can talk about this stuff, But they should be. I talk about it, as you'll see in a video that I'll show later, that my friend David Mann, Trinity 4, shared earlier today, where I'm debating a guy that is basically an explorer in Antarctica for a living, or so he says. So I don't actually mind standing there and talking to people in the streets doing activism about truth. I do it because I enjoy it. It's not all good, get attacked a lot. But it helps me on my channel here. And this is why, because it gives me a demographic of how people are thinking concerning the truth, especially when you talk about the shape of the earth. And what I found this week, and what I've learned, I'm going to share with you now, is this: that about 80% of the people, maybe more, that I encountered were super duper fast asleep. Almost as if they will never wake up. Unless something happens, like they get a good violent shake, maybe, that'll make them wake up. Because selfish and needy they all are. So, and they all follow the tribe, the cattle mentality. So, they may do that. But overwhelmingly, there was a few people that were really eager to listen and, take what they heard away with them. Like, from the very very start, you know, that I state that I'm not making any claims here. You know, that's science. That's globe that is making the claims. I'm not. I've just had to think about it in my life, and I'm thinking, hell no, that shit's not happening. Is what I'm thinking. Okay, and I'm happy to share it. So this is going to be a celebration repost. Okay, I reached 60,000 subscribers. Not too shabby. It only took 8 years and a couple of thousand videos, hacks, everything else. It's all happened, but got there in the end. So anyway, it's a nice round figure. Looks like a nice figure, 60, doesn't it? Feminine in some way. So anyway, so I thank you all for that. That's awesome. I really do appreciate that. Other news. So there's all sorts of fantastic stuff coming on Flat Earth British down the line. So I do suggest you subscribe. Was that somebody taking the piss out of Professor Brian Cox? Cox. I love that. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of this juice that's coming down the line, because it's going to be the biggest juice anywhere in the Truther community, guys. And trust me on that. That is what's going to happen. It's going to be big. It's going to be juicy. It's going to be super duper juicy. We're going to just... Academia are going to have to go like that and tear up all their papers. This week, Tucker Carlson, I know, is talking to Russell Brand, you know, one of their favorites, talking about the architecture, how brilliant it was 100 years ago compared to how ugly and shit it is now, and jumping on what really appears to be the Tartarian bandwagon. And I thought, like, you know, Tucker Carlson, he'd been on about flat Earth this week, you know, saying that if you got any evidences or proof, bring it to me and I'll amplify it. What? And now he's on the Tartarian, you know, architecture was fantastic 100 years ago, which it was. Ornamental lampposts, beautiful everything in the old world. And now it is shit on the end of a stick somebody's going to touch you with. It's what it is. I don't even want to touch anything out there. And I'm not even a germ thing. Okay. I'm just like, it's all just fucking grimy and city and you know, people, stuff, things, you know what I mean, guys, don't you? So yeah, I picked up a demographic, so I bring that with me from what I've learned out in the world back onto my channel, so I get a better understanding of the way people are thinking when they actually listen to me and perceive me and try and hear what I'm saying. Okay, I offer proof. I bring forward proof, and you know, I'm happy to think mostly outside the box and say stuff that like nobody else says, because I really don't give a fuck. Yeah, and it's all done in the best possible taste and full of juicy love, which is always a fantastic thing. So 400 of you, awesome. Just came out of nowhere, shit out of nowhere, as I like to say. There's Corin in the house. Okay, let's give a few of you a bigoted shoutage to start off. There's Ryan, there's Redcap, there's Dave Nuggles. Thanks for sharing stuff. So yeah, disk drives. So all of the people, this is where patience comes into it, as it being as a necessity, not a virtue. Thumb drives. Okay, so I have sent out a shit ton this week of book drives with 7,150 books of mine and Jason Archaics. Talking more about that in a second. And 47,000 images. I've got 2 drives of them now. This is number 1. I got a number 2 there. So that's 80,000, 90,000 images in all. But I've been sending them out too. Now, I've been in the post office most days when I never went away, and I went to the sorting office today because there was a return, and 3 had come back because I do apologize if you got to wait, but it wasn't me. It's Britain. It's shit. Nothing works here. The only thing that works, and it works properly in Britain, is the nature. They get it all right. I know it's the animal kingdom, the trees and the grass, the rest of it. It's total clusterfuck. Okay, so yeah, they messed it up, and one of the envelopes was ripped to pieces, and the thumb drive was not there, gone. So I'm like, fucking hell, somebody wanted the books or the pictures. Just craziness. So yeah, so I gotta go through the whole procedure again Monday. So do be patient. There's a few more to go out, and if you're interested in the book drives or the image drives, juicy images over the years on Flat Earth British, just everything that we've done on you, all available on disk drive. So thanks for sharing that, Dave, in that course. So yeah, be a little patient. You will get them. Okay, they are coming. They are coming, and shit tons are on the way. Sent like I don't even know this week. It's just been. Yeah, I've literally found a new post office now where they are really on it, and they're not so retarded, and they don't lose their shit in the same way as other post offices. So, hey Hugh, and Henrietta and Bethage is in the house, and just JP and Brian. Let's send Brian big loves and hugs to Brian back in. He's a little bit under the weather, but with our magical love, he won't be under the weather. So Pamela Swan, woohoo! Manny, who's truth seeker. Okay, Manny, been on the street doing truth smacking, mate. I have, yeah. Share it out. It's on my Facebook. Dr. Rug Paul, good to see you. Thanks for you too. Althenia, Love and Grace. The Sinful Infidels. Well, yeah, I did comment last night, made a post on my community page concerning what causes the most opposition. Well, it's like infidel. Anything that is talking about like other people or other races or anything in a derogative turn is opposition in this place, and part of this, nasty ass program that has been instilled here that people are all happy to go along with. But that's the way we heal the place. No opposition to anything else. Not really in it. Not really, thinking about it or giving it any of your energy. It's just like, I'm going to do my journey because I'm doing conscious evolution. I'm basically getting myself ready for what is to come next. Otherwise, I'm going to be left behind. Glug, glug, glug. Hiya, Tara. The Tree of Knowledge. So what if there was a reset coming and maybe it was not far down the road? Do you think the elites would know? Do you think they'd be tunneling, getting ready, bugging out? Taking a load of workers to Antarctica on forklift trucks to fill huge warehouses they've been doing for the last 50-odd years. All of this money they take, NASA, and they don't spend a penny of it on space. So what do they do with it all? Black projects? Red Cap Goblin, good to see you. Kenneth Small, good to see you as well. JJ Raku, Freestyler in the house, good to see you. Freestyler. Peter M, good to see you. TW's in the house, good to see you, mate. And Squishal Sniper. Tucker Carlson talking to Ice-T is a must. Do you think so? Why is Ice-T like a woke or something? I don't know too much about it, to be honest. Debbie Rooney, good to see you. Misty World, yay. Jen, yay. Thank you, Manny. Fat me, that was quick. Awesome. Service. Nice one, bro. LFX, Marticus, good to see you. Mr. C, 100,000 by the year's end. I'm all right, I'm happy. Doesn't matter. Got a nice, lovely community. It's what it is. All of these people, I don't want to become one of them. Like, if you guess, 500,000 fucking views on your video, because I've seen some of these channels, they just put up some of the photos out of my fucking what I link. I'll show on here in one segment. It's just chopped down, just put it into a smaller video, 500,000 views. But then I'm sort of like, it makes me suspicious. So if that happened with me, I'd be like, oh, fucking hell. YouTube's a little golden boy, that's suspicious. See what I mean? That's not. What is going on with this world? So it's not all unpleasant. I enjoyed the seaside in the Southern Coast. I went to Bournemouth to meet some flat earthers, 60 odd of them. Dave Murphy, bless him, was doing a little talkage on Fibonacci sequence, fractal nature of reality, etc. It was really good. And met up with all, my peeps, flat earth friends in Britain, flat earth community, which is pretty much the same as the flat earth community in London, in America land. They're all like the same. They're the same fam, which was fab. And then the day after, I went to the park in Bournemouth to do activism all day. It's really good. I never lost my shit once. I felt I was brilliant. I got talked to like shit once or twice, but honestly, my heart never even raised a beat or nothing. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm feeling loosey-goosey with it all. Say whatever. You know, because this place is a mirror. Whatever you put back can come right back at you. So that's a tricky game, that. I wouldn't play that one. Okay. Salty Cedar. Just takes a little while. Might take a week. Take a day. But it will. Steph, good to see you. It's best not to be unpleasant. Try not to have unpleasant thoughts about anything. Except, like, you don't even have to have unpleasant thoughts about the Phoenicians, really. Not really. It's good to, you know, Sun Tzu, know thy enemy. That's what we're doing, okay? Get to know their weird fucking ways. And then we can spot them through antiquity. And then we can try and trace them back right the way to wherever it is that they arrived from. Because they arrived and they're in control now. And they've been here a long while. I'll show you evidence for that along the way now. So I think I'll start. Thank you all for popping by. Nearly 500 of you watching. If you would be so kind as to share this out. 444. That it was, which is an awesome number. Heathcliff, good to see you. I got my 14 booster shots today, Heathcliff. Oh, I love you. That's nice. Thank you for sharing that with us. I hope you see that. Hope you see our Christmas Flaterday. Good day, night. Hello from San Francisco. Be sure to wear. So yeah, some flowers in your hair. So what we're doing is Monday. I'm going to put. I'll generate this event tomorrow and I'll put it up so you can join the chat feed and all of that. But Monday night at around 9 o'clock in GMT, okay, the day after tomorrow, we're having Jason Archaics over live on Flat Earth British. It's going to be epic and it's going to be very, very juicy indeed. Me and Jason are going to be talking about the vapor canopy, which is going to be stunning. We're going to be talking about, we'll go deep into that. Okay, I got some images for that. The sky breaking like glass. I like that. Hillary Clinton was saying about bringing down the glass ceiling. And, you know, what about fire and brimstone? Or, you know, when they say about fire and brimstone, and I'll show you some images of these in some alchemical books later. Fire and brimstone. Brim is the edge. Stone from the edge of the dome. Anyway, vapor canopy, the canopy. They could call it a canopy in the Quran. So, and we're going to talk about the flood. And the sun was then born. All calendars that started when there was a new sun. We've talked about that here on Flat Earth British, haven't we? The new sun. And we can't talk about two suns. We also talk about the possibility of the moon not always being here. So yeah, I got a little bit Mandela affected this week. Things did not look the same. I went through Bristol and it looked completely different from when I was the last time I was there. I was like, where the fuck am I? From a year ago. I know things change quickly, but honestly, I didn't recognize anything. It was really weird. So, Aranist, good to see you. Magavali's in the house, nice to see you. And L for later, it looks like Layla, that's on it. It is. Okay, then, that's clever. Global group think. Woohoo. Okay, small town girl. The world is built on lies. I know, and deception. And for some people, I was talking to met a guy in Glastonbury that I'd met in Glastonbury before. I knew loads of people in Glastonbury when I went there this day before yesterday. Fantastic time. Love that place. And he was depressed. And he was depressed about knowing the truth. He was happy to go back to eating the steak back in the Matrix. He just said that sarcastically, but it affected him that much. The lies, the deception. It's like, it's best not to take it to heart. Anyway, I don't think, guys. It's not to be broken-hearted by it. Yeah, just know thy enemy. Get smart. Yeah, know where we stand. Know what we're up against. Instead of being completely fucking blind all of the time, not knowing what we are, who we are, when we are, what we're on, all of it. It's a bit like like a fucking jellyfish in the sea, isn't it? Aimlessly floating a fucking around with no brain, no eyes, no ears, no senses as such. That's what we're like. Blind in the water. Well, I'd rather know more, and I'd rather find out more in my stint and passing through this place. Okay. Anyway, Venice. Now, Venice to me is what Phoenicia, before Phoenicia in the Levant, which is modern day Lebanon and Israel. And Cyprus as well is part of the Levant. So they would have had an original home, I think, before then. All of this place that shows this Babylonian architecture, etc. I was going to show you some examples. I don't think I brought them up. Like the stuff that you get at Baalbek, but it's this same classical theme for the whole of antiquity. They'll say the Greeks, but Greeks was just a colloquial term for anyone in the Eastern Mediterranean. Okay, Troy, same as Greeks. They all got like exactly the same clothes, you know, little tiny togas, stuff like that, swords and shields and chariots and stuff. You know what I mean? Okay, let's get into it. Like I said, please share this out. Enjoy. This may be a little bit of a shorter post than usual, but the reason is because I've been away all week and I haven't had any time to do stuff. Okay. Much love to you all. Anyway, let's have a fab time. Let's have a think about. Now, these are stunning. These I found these this week, and these are really. Some of them have been colorized, and they're from 1891 of Venice, 1891. So let's have a look at Venice. Now, Venice to me, you know, I think there's clues. It's the same shape, some of it, as a boat, as a ship. And the whole place is like a water city, like water worlds. There's many cities that have been thought of as little Venices. St. Petersburg in the north, all the canals, etc., all on water. They said that was a little Venice. There's Venice Beach, which was also like a Venice, which was in LA. Oh, thank you, Jamie Robbins. Much love to you all. And this just exemplifies the Phoenicians, the Venetians. It's the same words, and all of the people, the artists, the genius artists, the Renaissance artists that come out of Venice. So many come out of Venice, sculptures, etc. And they're famous for their glass. And the Romans invented the glass. The Romans, I think it's just cover story for the Phoenicians, who have been making attempts to hide their identity. They use first-class quality stuff to build, though. Look at this ball here. What's in there? So it'd be holes. So the leafers can pass through it, maybe. This looks like a resonator, rather than just a bog-standard cross. And this, it's got a little bit of antiquity going on, hasn't it? And there's something going on with fonts as well. You know, where people get christened and baptized into the Phoenician paradigm, the watery world. Come on, little fish, let's put some water on you and say some weird voodoo over you, and then you will be part until we release you, and that will be on your death. I never, because that's what they're like. They're trying to entrap your soul. The only way to get out of it is get out of it. That's my thumbnail. I love this building. We're going to look at this building in different ages. We're going to look at a couple of examples, one of which will be in 1733, and this is just chock-a-block with antiquity. Literally glistening with antiquity. And these red poles, which are not really, my son just brought up, martinliedtke, Welsh Dragon Metals in chat. They're not flat poles, are they? But they're very interesting. But wow, for the era, these tiny doors in bigger porticos, superb artworks outdoors. This seems to have all green all over the statues here. It's a horse. The green's not on the artwork. It is a bit. This is filthy, unless they added the green when they colorized the image, which messes them up a lot. Makes them misleading. Okay, that's not colorized. So these are the Phoenicians. You know, it's the same hermetic god. You see Hercules, or you see Mercury, and this winged dragon thing, this winged lion, excuse me. Now, the lion and the unicorn we know are symbols for, certain sectors of power. But I think this lion, it's not really indigenous to Italy, is it? I'm not sure lions were walking around Italy in the past in Sicily, but they're not there now, are they? So, yeah, look at that for first class architecture. But it's covered in, laurel leaf wreaths and these flowers, plants that we always see hanging down. So what I think is this. I think that maybe, just maybe, they were blind. Just maybe they were out of the depths. Just maybe they got in boats when their world, whatever the dry bit was, sank. Atlantis, maybe. Or Friesland. Maybe they had a whole archipelago, who even knows. But there was events, wasn't there? There was floods, Noah's flood, and there was some sort of plasma discharge as well. So did they do that so that they could have a mud flood and then terraform? Because we see the Horn of Plenty, where it's full of vegetation and fruits, almost as if that they brought them with them and they reintroduced their stuff and they terraformed this place, made it more suitable. So this place, this thing here looks like a ship, forward bows, and the accommodation block that you get on the back. It really does look like a ship, and it's on the end of well, we'll see on a color photograph. You get these little gondolas scooting around the place, and James Bond speedboat races as well, which is always good. I like a bit of a speedboat racing, especially over dry bits. Always does my head in because you don't shatter the engine, which you would in real life. So here they are, the Phoenicians with angels, etc., and their godages. We can see them in the Babylonian cot as well, in Baalbek, you can see Liberty, the Statue of Liberty's head, which we think is Lucifer. And they're definitely worshipping all sorts of strange gods, and none of them seem to be really that good. I think the ones that they say that are not. Look at this, though. What's all this wires? We're looking at what? 1891, okay. Possibly electric, but look at it. Wires everywhere. But, this world is just, this was here before, I think about that sometimes. I think about, well, the whole world was here and built before I arrived. There's a whole world that was here, up and running, doing fine without me. I know, there was a whole world doing fine without the internet and the fucking mobile devices as well, guys. I'm going to show you all that. We all managed fine. All of this and fantastic architecture, and the world that they got now is soulless. None of it is spiritually enriching. There's some effect on the consciousness. They use divine principles and divine geometry, sacred geometry as well. Something going on with that 4-leaf clover thing that I see everywhere as well. It casts a weird shadow as well. Look at this. Is that being flood damaged? No, just dirty. Something scraped it there. It's a little nose here, guys. So there they are. That's the Phoenicians there. Wow. That's an unusual statue. 2 people hugging with swords. Okay. He who lives by the sword dies by the sword. Some wireage going on here. What is that? No lamp. Oh, it's a lamp. Okay, excuse me. It is a lamp. But just pillars. The something was on at some stage. Not no more. That's, but again, 2 pillars either side of a door. That's a Masonic influence. Masons come along, way later on. And all these secret organizations. I'm sure, with the mystical schools they had set up and all of that, with this alchemical knowledge and telling people what is really going on. Okay, that all is mind and all this is a learning ground. You better get it right or you're going to come and do it again and again. You've seen Groundhog Day. Now, you can alter your timeline through your intent, through your mind. This is your place. You can literally do miracles like gods. No, you can. You can. Impossible things making broken things work, making an impossible thing like Mission Impossible. This message will now self-destruct, by the way, like Mission Impossible. You can't do that. You can do that. Yeah. Where there's a will, there's a fucking way. And there is a way. There's always a way. There's a way to do everything. All you got to do is put your mind to it. Put your mind to it. Anything is possible. As long as you've got the will to do it. You make it happen. If you haven't got something to make it happen, invent something to make it happen. Look at this place for antiquity, guys. The same 3-leaf clover thing going on in these portals all the way around. 4-leaf clover, excuse me. Lots of weird stuff around here. And the resonators by there. And this double-winged lion. You can see a lot of that in Phoenicia. All over their symbols. But this is, I see this as their world. What their world would look like. And they introduced little bits of Phoenicia to all of the capitals, all of the major cities are all covered in this sort of thing, you know, the faceless night setup. So here's some Phoenicians, Venetians, Haitians also, Mesoamericans, Huaxicatl death cult. They're all exactly the same. They practiced human sacrifice. They were banned from it, apparently. I think they came around about 1,000 years ago, I do. Although, you know, if there is the first millennium AD, they show you images of Charlemagne, which Eric Dubé done a really interesting video about last week, that all American presidents have to be related to Charlemagne, the French, the French emperor, whatever he was, the first millennium AD, you know, the most powerful, famous man of that 1,000 years. So the pictures that you see of Charlemagne show him as the usual kingage. So it's the crown, the orb, and the scepter. Well, these are clearly, you know, as we've marked now from, you know, years now in our decoding as Phoenician symbols. The scepter as electromagnetic weaponry. That's where I live now, on a scepter dial. They tell you that. In British culture, we live on a scepter dial because it's been sceptered. There's evidence in Scotland of vitrified forts that have stone that has been melded by extreme heat, just like you find in the Indus Valley civilization in northern India. Check this out, guys. These pillars, they look like they're half. They're too short, top heavy. They really do look like that thing goes deeper. These are called cloisters. You find them where like monks walk along thinking about sex, whatever monks think about, probably. That's why they're gone there. So there it is. I think the whole thing has just been sunk in place, and why not? And then it's been there for time. I went over this one bridge. I said that one bridge's size, I'm not sure. There's one of them that you go through, and you go into the Inquisition, and then you look through the window. This one's got Flower of Life in it, by the way. And then you go off to the Inquisition, and they'll say, do you believe in the Almighty Messiah? And you'll say, well, I'm not sure. I haven't given him much thought. I was going to think about that later. Torture him, stick him on the rack, pull his bollocks off. It's like, yeah, I thought about it. It's all true. I love it. Yeah, man, I'm in. Okay, so that's what they did. Here's the Phoenicians, look, grapes. These grapes, man, they're so prominent in Phoenicia, I wonder. Yeah, I get it. The triumph of Bacchus, the grapes, I get it, but it's just too prominent. Are they all just fucking alcoholics? And an astrological clock, there's another one of these in Prague. Nobody knows how to read them, really. I think they probably went backwards. What if time did go backwards before? Time is a construct. It's been introduced by the Phoenicians, as far as I know. Maybe when that new sun arrived. Completely new paradigm. Tick-tock, tick-tock. I'm late for a very important date. There's no time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. So I used to be a bit like that. You know, like the Mad Match Hare in Alice in Wonderland. I used to think to myself, Jesus fucking Christ, I cannot be late. I won't bear it. What will they think of me? I was really bothered about timekeeping, being efficient, and being the best I possibly can in all jobs. And I always was. Whatever job I've had, and I've had maybe 100 jobs, guys, in my time, I can always tell you, I was always the best that was up there. I always made the most effort, worked harder than everyone else. I was always most conscientious of all of them. Look at that bell there. That's a bit like the one in Prague too. They got little people that come out and bang bells, haven't they? Ain't the bell? The bell's there, David. David. So this guy here, you can see him here in chat, Trinity 4. I'm going to play your video in a minute now, David, a little bit of it. I hope I don't get copyrighted, but I'm going to share in the descriptions box below. Make sure to get, and I'm going to share Sven as well. I got to dig he's done a little bit of activism today. Love you, brothers. That was epic. We had a fantastic time. And Dave's saying, love doing activism with martinliedtke this week. He delivered quality truth bombs. I did to the one person. I felt quite pleased with myself there. Thank you, David. So, yeah, that'll be later on. We'll have a look at that. Make sure to stay around because that was absolutely fantastic stuff. I love to do unusual, cool things out in the world. And it was pretty. The part was really pretty. Look at that lamppost there, guys, though. Just, oh, God love her. She's picked up a pigeon, haven't she? She's giving a pigeon a hug. Oh, I love her. What we got on here? Oh, again, it's mermaid and mermaids all over antiquity. So let's put this together. We got financial system is aquatic, liquid finance, liquidation, everything actually. Flow, money flow, currency, current, all of it. The music is all predictively programming. It's telling us about the reset system. It's going to rain. A hard rain's going to fall. They tell us about it all in contemporary music and the Phoenician paradigm. Listen to the words of Children of the Sea by Black Sabbath. If you look at the lyrics to that, that is all of it. That's the whole story right there. They conquered the sky before they conquered the sea, it says. So they were in planes, they were in the air. Literally might have been exactly that in the water itself. The legal system is all them. You go into court, you got caught, maybe in a net, and then you go into the dock. All of the legal system is also water related, just like the Phoenicians. The architecture is covered. There's some evidence there's red brick underneath and what we think is a cover-up of the Tartarian world, which seems to have been coveted, taken over by some form of cultural Marxism, using drugs, drink, and the stuff that they bring in through the ports that's unloaded, the wine, like they took the firewater to the North American Indians and got them all pissed. And then they're coming back and saying, yeah, I've got a load of guns here I just picked up of a load of dead cavalry. Do you want to buy them for a load of that firewater? Only the Indian wouldn't have a Cockney accent, but you know what I mean. How? Firewater, innit? How? Yeah? A little bit of what looks like the classical world there. So, yeah, that's how they did it. And then when everyone's discombobulated, so, you know, imagine Berlin 1932. Yeah, it's a bit like today. You know, this agenda is not going to last. I can't imagine that keeping going on. Yeah, I get David Bowie wearing dresses and stuff because it's David Bowie, but I've seen a load on my travels. And what I found was this, is they don't look like that, you know, they're not killing it. Like they're not smashing it, waltzing around going, I'm really hot or anything. They look fucking awkward. And like they shouldn't be doing it. So I think they should all reconsider because it's all, you know, really not, it's not on actually. It's all in bad taste. So what we find here is London tried to copy this. This is a regatta that they held on the hold on the main canal, the Rialta Canal in Venice. And they tried to reenact it for the Queen's birthday one year. They had that guy that like showing his bum on the internet. What's his name? Hugh Edwards. They had him saying every 10 fucking minutes about we want to reenact Caravaggio's paintings. So Caravaggio shows paintings that everyone gets in boats and everyone just puts around having a little regatta. And this is just something symbolic to what happened when they arrived. That's the bridge I went over. Yeah, I stood there. So if it floods, Venice floods, and they say it's sinking, don't they? It's just, you know, you imagine the size of the footings you would need to go to the bottom of that water. This looks like it's a bit of the old world there. Railings all around. Excuse me. And one of their peoples, some do-gooder. Well, look at this Phoenician well. They baptize you in their water, the wells as well. Welcome. Welcome. They come out of the wells, they show you Mulicillin, who's a mermaid coming out of a well, out of the water, from the depths, anywhere where water is, in puddles, in reflections, like from another dimension, if you like, in the membrane. Oh, that's interesting. Ceramic tiling on the outside, a bit circuit boardy looking. But yeah, you imagine trying to build a city on water. It's just like, and it is literally an island in essentially the sea, really. I know it's protected bay, but really it is in the sea. You get in a boat, you go to the sea from these canals. So this is seawater. It's just sea. And there's, Italian, sea, everything is to do with the sea, you see? I see, like with my eyes. I see the sea, the Holy Sea. Look at this thing in the background of all these lower windows. I wonder what the purpose of them are all flooded. Looks a bit of star footage going on there. Okay, there's a guy toking a pipe with his mother. Might be his wife. Let's not be unpleasant. Okay, you never know. Love has no bounds. So look at this load of fantasticness. Look at this. Strange little castle thing. I wonder why they have the mesh over so many windows. Maybe there's a load of thieves going to nick because they got all the money, haven't they? Is he a dwarf? No, he's probably proper size. He's a sailor. Okay, so covered in Phoenician lions. Some of their dudes, some of their cottages. He's holding something there. What's that? So weird spear. Well, over that door looks stinking dirt. So what's that? Hang on. All right, that's telephone, is it? Okay, looks a bit modern for 1891. What's going on there? It looks like cameras. Okay, it's not going anywhere else. Wow, okay, right. And these balls, you see them on architecture a lot, the orb. And that lion with wings, because lions don't really have wings, do they? And they're not really in Italy. They're in all of the Babylonian centers, Babylon Central 1, the Londinium, and Trafalgar Square in the triangle, the Masonic triangle. They've got lions on each corner, like the four angels of Nelson's column, which wasn't always a column. It was a landing platform, I suspect. I wonder if she knew she was going to be watched on Flat Earth British. What's she nosing at? Let's have a look. These two. Okay. Look at him. He's like, oh, you're pretty. Can I touch you? Yeah, see. Yeah, I think he's leching there, guys. What do you think? What's he thinking about? Oh, that's a nice little human interest picture. Okay. So is that all of them? I think it is. So that was Venice, 1892. Now, Caravaggio, he's Phoenician artist, like many Phoenician artists, just paints a lot of Venice. But he did painted fruit still art a lot. And I was told from a very good source, hi, I'm Adam Cook, that he put a rotten bit of fruit in every one of those type of pictures to show that the controllers, meaning these, were rotten to the core. So there it is, that winged lion again up on there. And that stunning building again with all that bristling antiquity, even back then. And outside looks pretty muddy and there's all stone everywhere. I wonder why that is. Maybe because the water comes up here or something, because it doesn't seem to be retaining walls to keep the bay away. So yeah, it's all about shipping, isn't it? Maritime law we're all under on land. Why would that be? Why do they tell us we're lost at sea? Why do they tell us we're corpses? Why do they tell us that there's no way out? See, I don't think like that. I think that we could definitely exodus. The way out is in. So what we do is we find a key, and the key is a sound, a vibration. When we find that key, we're going to light up. And we're going to be unstoppable, because we will be like, hot, cool, pan-dimensional beings. Okay, but without all of that weirdness that they got going on. Okay, so this is not really Venice, but it's showing a bit of smashed antiquity that is shown on so many of these artworks. So here they are. There's that same building. This time it's glistening in gold leaf. It's not the modern day, so I don't know what happened there. The chimneys, I don't know. I've never seen chimneys like this. If they are chimneys, they are comb-like, look like trumpets. Maybe they're emitting sound. There. Can you see them? It's not very chimney-like, are they? Now, why would they bellow out like that? Anyway, they might be chimneys, but I'm just saying. So, religion. Okay, now what I proposed in my first book, Holy Grail of the Flat Earth, is in dry periods, in drought, these dudes would come out and do a holy procession, and they would bring one of these things with them, a processional altar, and it seems to be glistening or covered in antiquity and what looks like some sort of orgon technology. And then as soon as they come along with this processional altar, then it starts to piss down with rain. Quinky dink. So there is the lion Pegasus type of thing. Not sure what that says. With Venice in the background. And it's got a sun behind his head, but it's definitely symbolic for something. Is that a beetle there? I think that might be a scarab beetle with a cross in it. No, it's just a little plaque. Don't worry. So there they are, of the mists of time. That's a beautiful painting. I love Trippy watercolor. So there he is, Caravaggio. He's going to have a go with his recorder. Oh, God. Recorder lessons is quite torturous. There's a rotten bit of fruit. He likes to show you that his masters, they don't give him a very good time. And it's tattered to bits, poor lad. And he's doing all of that art. We probably plagiarized like they do with everything. There's another beautiful picture. Look at the colours in that. Beautiful, in a Trippy. I was going to have that as my thumbnail, but I may still. I thought it was too generic, but it's lovely. Twippy, isn't it? I know. All you need to know is James Bond with machine guns going to make it that more beautiful. And this beautiful cathedral covered, just like you get with the Phoenicians that are in the Vatican, which is a massive star fort, because you need a massive star fort to protect yourself if you're religious and a man of God. Yeah. So there it is. That definitely looks like a ship to me. Looks like the bows, and it comes out like a ship. And the whole thing looks exactly the same shape as a ship. And of course, at sea, you get roads, and they copied them on land. The roads were on sea first, and now they're in cities. We have roads. Everything in this realm is of the Phoenicians, guys. We are living in their paradigm, in their wicked, watery paradigm. They are not nice, and I wouldn't even go as far as to say they were human. Not the same way we are. So, these are from 70. I'm going to share all of the books that I show in this post. I got 600 of you watching. Thank you for popping by. And would you share this out if you could? There's going to be quite a bit to go on this anyway. Words have origin. To take them all phonetically is misleading. Well, no, Lindy. It was ideographic. People, they used images like, of apples and trees and stuff. Like the Egyptians did the same, didn't they? Use a symbol language. And most languages trustworthy are actually oral traditions, because they apparently aren't changed through time, not the way that the history books have been changed. So what we're looking at here is the same thing going on here in 1733. So it's the Phoenician procession with some sort of antiquity in these umbrellas as well. The music, the fish heads, because they got fishes on their heads, because it's the Phoenicians, and everything glistening in antiquity. There's that clock, which looks to be 20 past 10. So it was there in 1733. Hasn't changed that much at all in all of that time. It gets me, some of the places that I seen, this week, I was thinking, that this, this view hasn't changed in like hundreds of years. Of like, for example, Wells Cathedral, which is a stunning, unbelievably beautiful big cathedral. And they go again. They're doing a bit of what? Sword fencing. These are jesters, maybe, are they? Looks like. Okay, they all got like, yeah, okay, so it's the Masquerade Ball. So all of these Masquerade Balls that you have, Masquerade Baal that you have, it's part of their paradigm. They made everyone do it, didn't they? They have the same Masquerade Balls in their, like, Eyes Wide Shut affairs, as you all know, and in stuff like the New Orleans Mardi Gras, everyone, things like that, or some of their weird fucking parties. Check that out. Some weird queen thing going on. Oh wow, they are really kooky, and a lot of strange-faced jesters, I guess you could call them. Okay, that is really odd and peculiar, as everything is in these leads. They're like photographs. All right, he's playing this. Oh, I wonder what he's playing. I'd love to know that. It could be like the blues or something, or something fantastic. What are they doing with it? Okay, he's putting the music on while everyone has they're having a little dance over there, like techno. They are dancing. He's riding a naked human. He's got his nose about like a couple of inches away from this bloke's ass. That's not nice, is it? Not bad if he farts. So that's what they get up to in Venice. I think they get up to worse than that. We'll see anyway in a minute. I'll go to total shit. So yeah, they got a bit of weird behavior patterns, these Phoenicians, have noticed. Something going on with it all. So yeah, they look like photographs, don't they? Did it really fall in an earthquake, this tower? So, not sure. So there you are. Let's have a look what they're up to. So the rave, they're having a rave. You got a bullhead who looks to be like dressed up, maybe. Jesters doing acrobatics, some sword fencing going on. All the while, some music, I guess. Wow. They got like a party going on. Look at these guys. I wonder what they sound like. I'd love to know. I bet it's fab. They could be like Led Zeppelin or something, guys. Hey, mama, can you imagine it? I can. I don't think it's all like, hey, nonny, no, and a hey, nonny, no, and a hey, nonny, no, no, no. I don't think it goes like that, guys. I think it's more in line with, hey, mama, going to spread your wings. Maybe something like that. What do you think? Anyway, what you find with these is they're all from a bird's eye perspective. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, so it's a fight at the bridge. Okay, maybe it's a sporting event where everyone batters shit out of everyone else. It's a bit like maybe it's two opposing football teams. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Okay, big punch up on the bridge. Looks to be having fun. They do stupid shit everywhere in the paradigm, don't they? Although that one with the tomatoes that they do, apart from it being smelly and probably really uncomfortable for a long time, then pips get everywhere, you know what I mean? Probably be good fun. What are these doing? For the love of God, okay, it is a acrobatics. Oh, I've seen this happen in concerts, people doing this. And they're going to throw him down. Oh, right. Onto what? Onto that pillow. I wonder if he's going to miss. All right, they are chimneys. They're weird, aren't they? Why they didn't stick with them. So everyone's watching the acrobatics. That's another thing they do, isn't it? Circuses, fairgrounds is definitely something to do with it all. Pay a fair. Fairgrounds are spooky. All of it is spooky. The fun house, the ghost train, everything is some demonic. You get the devil everywhere in a fairground. Like, that's all okay. What's going on here? Somebody's killing a bull. That's not on, is it? There's other stuff going on. Oh, they've just brought it down with ropes. Oh, no. I don't like that. No, I don't like that. I enjoy a burger like the next man, but I don't actually want to kill it myself. Christ knows, this is what Tesco's is for. There's a well. They're looking down the well. Listen, I didn't make the paradigm. It's not my fault. Okay, I have to eat to do, super hero stuff. Okay, I'm a truther. I do it all. I'm not doing productions, doing meets, traveling, and all of this stuff. None of this fantastic stuff would happen. And you wouldn't have beholded it. Your life wouldn't have been that much less me. But they're killing bears. Dogs are getting a bear, and he's going to stab in the bear in the neck. Sorry for any viewers that might find that offensive. I do myself. I do. So we've got the Roman arch, which is like maybe to demagnetize, and they're all looking down the well again. Oh, God. What's going on with that? And superb architecture. And they got an infrastructure. They got roads down and cobble. And these giants, oh, no, they're just with children. Okay. So, yeah, they did weird stuff like in the Victorian era, Britain, Cardiff, where I live. They did a thing called cockfights. No, I know what you might be thinking, especially in this day and age. But no, it's when they chuck two chickens, cocks, in with one another in a ring, cock and ring, and they tear one another apart. So it's all very gnarly. Right. So I think the fireworks went to shit. They put too many on this pillar, and there's people everywhere, and they're all in it. And they're like, holy shit, somebody just got it. You got to read the instructions. Send 10 meters away. 10 meters, my fucking ass. I was going to stand right next to it. I'm super firework lighter. We've all done it. Yeah. And then it blows up in your face. I let a firework off in Rendsburg in Germany on the Kiel Canal once, New Year's Eve, and it blew up in my face. And I had all like little tiny dots of burn. It was like gunpowder burning my face. Look at that building for antiquity. So there they all are. I don't know what they get up to in there, in these capes. They hide a lot, them capes, don't they? And there's another well as well. Well. So what else is going on? So maybe a wedding? No, it's another fucking dignitary getting around with, like they got like charwallahs and somebody to carry the brolly because they can't do shit all for themselves. Like the Pope. I bet the Pope got ass wipers. Of course he got ass wipers. The old fuck. He's not doing himself, is he? All that money. So there's a couple of angels. Behold. So season 2 of Good Omens is out, although it's like television. Well, not strictly Amazon. I thoroughly enjoy that series. It's very whimsical, but it gives you an idea of, the heaven and hell narrative being completely preposterous, as there is. Here they are again, the Phoenicians on their massive boats. Queen had one of them. It pissed down on a parade, so she can't control the weather there. So, yeah. So I was watching a video about manipulating the weather the other day when I was in Glastonbury. Now, if everyone had them orgonite devices, some to make sun and some to make rain, or their back gardens, I think they would have to be sort of choreographed somehow, or done in sync, because basically the whole world would end. Everything would turn to shit. We're making sun, we're making rain, fucking floods over there, burning out over there. Oh no, it's going to be a bit like it is now. So what's going on in there? I don't know what that is. Looks like maybe water. Oh my God, it's so Phoenician, isn't it? What a boat. So they have a figurehead, don't they? Okay. Frigging in the rigging, frigging in the rigging, frigging in the rigging, cause there's fuck all else to do. Okay. I know more lyrics. That's of a Sex Pistols song, frigging in the rigging. It's not good. It's probably rude. So keep it to myself, okay? So let's have a look at a map page. Now we've got some cool maps coming up in a minute. This upside down map is super funky. So yeah, you want to spend more time looking at this map. So there it is. It's all surrounded by this archipelago of islands. There's a nice juicy star fort by there. And there it is. Protected from the Adriatic, but still in the sea sort of thing. Which is a strange place to put their capital or their main HQ, as I definitely think it is. Phoenicians, 100%. So there's a look at that star fort. Let's have a look. Oh, very juicy. So they only have one or two buildings outside these. Always the water. Don't think that's a moat because you just... And then there's an inner wall as well. You see that? That's the inner sort of more medieval wall. Maybe, I don't know. So I think these star forts are far more ancient. Can't see any cannons. There's a couple there. Okay. So they were repurposed for military purposes. Quite big in there, isn't it, that town? So that's on, is that the whole of that peninsula? Let's have a look if they got any more going on. Okay. So that's that juicy star fortage. And here is a panoramic bird's eye view. I bet you there's a broken branch in front of it. Okay, there. Every single Levant Atlas picture from a panoramic view outside, there's a broken branch. Every single one. And they're always outside on a muddy path going into like the Starfort cities. That's what it's called. Padku. So they brought in the W, the V's, like V for Phoenician, Ven. They brought in all sorts of letters and words. The Phoenicians, they attribute wine, glass, everything that you think about the Romans bringing, like bracken and other stupid shit. No, the bracken's not stupid. It just grows high up. And I've seen some sticking out of my mate's eye once. It's not very safe if you throw it, I can guarantee. If you have bracken fights, you get a bracken stuck in your eye and it looks really weird when you turn your head. And the bracken is stuck in your eye and it's just like a tree stuck in your head. It's a really weird thing to see. So what is that? Looks like a pineal gland. So if you do spot anything that I don't see, feel free to comment. I do go through all comments, guys, and see what is happening and what you're all thinking, because this is the thing. This is how we how things roll here. Let's have a look at a few of these. These are beautiful. They got endless antiquity buildings, which they will call churches, but they weren't always antiquity machines. Or healing centers. Look at that one. It looks like that one I've seen in Phoenicia. These books that I decoded for technasmia science. Like these are trumpets. They give off sound, acoustics. 432. Interesting wall around that one. And that one, it's got a pyramid, obelisk, and all mud outside there. And they've got a raised garden because you can't grow gardens in the mud. It's probably what the Hanging Gardens of Babylon was about. There's a lot of raised gardens in Italy in these old pictures. Right. So, ow! Got cramp my foot. So what is that? That's another one of these raised gardens. Everything outside too shit. They're protecting. And it's all sacred geometry as well, though. Interesting. Fractal by nature. And nice perspective on that. They're giving you the lines of perspective. Maybe that's what they're showing you. Weird. full of their icons, because they worship not just one God, many, and the one God that they do has many personifications. It shows up all over the world. There's different entities. Let's have a look at this. Both good and bad. God, not the bearded one, but whoever created this place created free will, maybe. And it gives people the free will to do bad things or live their life doing good things. Look at this demon with a knight in it. Wow, look at that. Super spooky. It says Matt. Oh, fucking hell. Let's get away from that. So there's a nun. Okay, that's what they have, a harem full of horny nuns in nun suspenders and stockings, because that's what they do. They get all sexy underneath them habits, guys. No, it's true. It's true. So there they are. They got a. Where are you from? No city. I'll take you to fucking cleaners. They got conks on them, haven't they? These Phoenicians. Jesus. So there's another one. Whoa, look at her. She looks shit. She looks like a shit took a shit. Look at that. Again, hiding the faceless knight. Memo. Let's have a look what it says. So that is spooky, isn't it? Ha ha. And I don't know who this guy is, but he's forgot his cacks today. Oh my God, don't look at it, Sheila. Oh, it's massive. Sheila. Okay. That one was weird, though. Okay. So some strange coinage, demon in the word, of Venice, Phoenicians. But I've got a couple of books, on a lot of Italian art books, and one of them's called The Genius of Venice, and just mind-blowing how many artists are supported by Venice. It's almost as if like this is the center of it all. There's a few other, arty places, I guess, at that period. Florence, example. But no, the juice is there. The juice is there in Venice. So yeah, I'm going to share this. Oh, look at that. Doing pictures of the Smash World, mud-flooded. And there. Wow, look at that. Looks like an old amphitheatre. It is. It says theatre. Grand theatre. The world is just covered. This is how we know there was resets. The world's just covered in all of this stuff, just left behind, and often different time periods overlapping. So that looks like a bit of tech. And look at this. And again with the well. Well. So these two are, oh, that's Rome. I was going to mention the Vestal Virgins, but that's not Venice. Mentioned Pink Floyd playing at Venice, and hundreds of thousands of people turned up, and they all dropped rubbish, and it all just messed the place up. Wow, look at that for an amphitheatre. 2 uses. So that bit there would have been nothing to do with like gladiatorial things. It shows you the whole thing was a device, I think, to carry out water. I think it's a water tower to carry water. It's a high building, at least as high as that building. Okay, there they are again. Colosseums. Col, C-O-L, designating a circle. And that's the one in Verona. The size of these things. It's supposed to be from thousands of years ago. Doesn't Lead look a bit like my name? It's almost the same. These Flemish map makers and artists are the best. And, weird that Lee van der Haar gets killed or dies the year of the publication of these books. So he never got a penny for them. And so, what the hell is that? It's a wealth of work. Whew. Well, that looks crazy impressive. Impressive in the modern day. Look at all this going on. Wow. It's a massive complex of amphitheaterage. in Athens. Look at that. Why does it look so much like a motherboard in a computer? Amp, meaning amp, just like electricity, but amp also meaning two uses. Excuse me. Again, I really do think they're water towers. And then the water would be carried, on an aqueduct to different cities. Okay, I'll share the rest of these with you. Just take a little last look at this in the descriptions box because I want to whiz through. But as you can see, the Phoenicians never got any clothes on. They got homunculus all the time, dog heads, cryptids. But they brought the arts, they like all of their arts, the theatre, Shakespeare, all of that stuff. It's all the Phoenicians. This is what they like. As long as you're going on about their stupid shit, they're happy. You get famous. Go on about their stupid shit. There's another star fort. Let's have a look at that inner star fort. Let's get a drink. Okay. Well, that's super futuristic, isn't it, for the old world? That's just on a little mud hill, surrounded by another awesome star fort. So, yeah, you can find star forts everywhere in the world. Everywhere. Southeast Asia, Russia, China. Oh, look at that one. I've seen this. So the one at Palma, I got a picture of in my first book. I literally tried to decode this one. It's just one of the best you could see. Look at that. Central tower looks exactly like a circuit board. Just a perfect sphere or circle. With these maybe look like a little bit of fleur-de-lis going on, but what is it with all the fleur-de-lis, guys? Why is it all prominent all over Phoenicia, the fleur-de-lis? If you're thinking about it a while, we thought about it, the lily that is on the fleur-de-lis detoxifies swamp water, etc. So it might have been something to do with terraforming this place. Look at that. So there's an outer wall, the old ladders, there's an army attacking. They're all in antiquity tents in the mud, but still in an enclosure. They definitely needed these walls, I think, to keep mud out, All medieval towns have medieval town walls. And they say it's for attacking troops, etc. I don't think so. So, yeah, they replicated Venice everywhere. They built one in the subdivisions of LA. Here it is Venice Beach, where apparently Jim Morrison likes to hang out. So, robots, look at the smile on his face. Yeah. He's smashing it, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Yeah. I'm a robot. Well, I want to identify as a robot. If they can identify as whatever they want, I want to identify as a robot. So no more troubles, okay? They are human issues. I'm a robot. So that electric sidewalk carrying people in the street in Venice Beach. And on the 1920s, Venice Beach looked like that. So it was a shit ton of oil wells. None of them are there anymore. And the whole area, Ocean Park, Venice Canal subdivision, is a ship. Wouldn't you agree? The bows, the stern, the accommodation block. It is a ship. Okay. Oh, look at that. Strong and Dick Inson. Oh, that's interesting. Cheapest lots on the market, suitable buying restrictions. So there you are. They've got canals going through, just like a little Venice subdivision. There it is. Beautiful. That's in America land. So they copied it everywhere. This Phoenician, this is to give you an idea of what they, their world must have looked like. Water world, basically. Because this place is watery. So this is a fantastic book. I'll share it in the descriptions box if you haven't seen it. So a lot of people out there, they're quite happy to take anything, a sanctum given to them by apparently Newton. Okay, but Newton didn't only, apparently bring us the theory of gravity in 1666. too many sixes going on for my liking. But he also looked into the Bible code for much of his career, apparently, because he believed there's a codex in the Torah, and he went into the chronologies. And this is the chronology of ancient kingdoms amended by Sir Isaac Newton. And what it does mention a lot is the Phoenicians. And what he says here, okay, and he gives you a date of 1070. Now, this 1,000-year that we're in now, or the millennia that we were in previous, excuse me, the 2000s now. It all seems to kick off around there. You know, so many evidence. Even in this book, it talks about Jesus even being around. You know, Saul, king of Israel, in 1069. Samuel dies 1060. You know, David made king. You know, David's in a lot of pictures looks like he's posed for. You know, I'm thinking that this is, you know, I'm quite happy to, you know, go with that. Anyway, so he talks about the Phoenicians here, that they abolished the Phoenician custom in Heliopolis of sacrificing men. So this is a similar sort of thing that they're doing in Mexico. You know, we've all seen Apocalypse. So yeah, this is a fantastic book. It goes into the Phoenicians. It talks about Alexander the Great. Yeah, the Phoenicians here. Abyllius, king of Tyre, Tyre, the Phoenician capital in modern day Lebanon. Tyres that go around. So it's a lot of information about the Phoenicians, yeah. Okay. Now they're in Palestine. So they got Azoth and Zidon also as some of their godages. And Herodotus that the Phoenicians came originally from the Red Sea. That's interesting. Did they come up the Red Sea? There's not too much going on in the coasts of the Red Sea, you know, to populate at that time, unless it was green. But no. The Phoenician mariners fled the Red Sea, or the Reed Sea. But I'm not buying that. I think they come from elsewhere. But that's just his idea of where they come from. Long voyages for the sake of traffic, because they're bringing all the stuff. Begin the like voyages in the Mediterranean from Zidon and sailed as far as Greece. So they had encompassed, as we know anyway, the whole of the Mediterranean. Phoenix there, look. Interesting. Okay. And it talks about the flood. There. This flood was succeeded by 4 ages or generations of men, the first of which is the Charion, the son of Satan, who was Phileria, was born, and the last of which, according to Herod, ended with the Trojan War. And places of destruction of Troy 4 generations, or about 140 years later than that flood. And the coming of what? Coming of what? The Cadmus. Okay, before I was going to say something else then. So anyway, this is all like 1,000 years ago, which is in a time scale I feel comfortable with, that all of this happened, you know, Noah's flood, all of the biblical stories, Christ, whatever. All of this happened. Now, if you remember, I did a post a couple of years ago on my channel. Vengeance of the Emperor Vespasian. Vengeance for Jesus Christ by the Emperor Vespasian. That book chronologized it as around the 1080 mark. You know, just after the what happens in Britain was the Norman conquest. The evidence we got for that is a Bayer tapestry. Temple of Solomon. Big clues. So yeah, interesting chronology. I really enjoy reading this book. I think it's super interesting. Stacks of stuff about the Phoenicians and their weird traditions. So here's a book that shows you about the weird traditions. And let me just show you what it is. If I can just translate that. Hieroglyphica. We've looked at it before. I'll just whiz through a bit of it because it's mind-blowing. Marks of ancient people, namely Egyptians, Chaldeans, Phoenicians, Jews, Greeks, Romans, and along with the detailed account of decline of progressive corruption of the religions through several ages. Oh, there's a terrible thing. Got to keep the old religions going. 1737. Otherwise, that rabble will go and do what the bloody hell they want. Can't have that. We need rules in this place. Well, there are rules. I think there are definitely protocols put in place in this place, you know, guys. AI watches all. Okay. So what you get with these is incredibly detailed hermetic pictures. And you see a lot of you know, especially in the Egyptian, not the Egyptians you've ever seen, my guys, not the pharaohs, etc. You do see that. But what you see is statues that look alive, this many-breasted one we keep seeing, and some incredibly weird sort of hermeticism going on. You'll see. Let me reduce that picture down for it to load. Oh, excuse me. There you are. Like a guy who's had a magic spell put on him here, and he's got donkey ears. You see that? This one's just eating crap off the floor, naked. Another one holding the snake to his head. 2 pillars in the background, building missing, and Noah's Ark. And they're putting all the information, you know, for the flood. If you put your information, you know, especially with the design of the pyramids, what you get in there, which is the basis for all the Freemason stuff. Freemasonry is what happened, you know, in ancient Egypt, the Phoenicians, if you ask me. She's holding the celestial sphere, dove wings open. Anyway, so yeah, if there was a flood, it would stay on the stones. The information would hold information on stones. I believe that's what they did. I think that's what they've done. So yeah, they have a lot of homunculus, a lot of hermetics, you know, with Hermes and Thoth and the whole story, you know, what you find with the Egyptians, you know. But this brings her over into, you know, 1740s, these depictions. Why? Well, what is the mind thinking? You know, is this stuff really happening at that time? See him, this little Egyptian? He's got a homunculus pharaoh in a box. This one's got to think of it in fish. This one's got a bunny sat on his chest. Don't even ask. Again with the homunculus. This guy, he's got the sun disk with the wings you see all over Egyptian iconography. This one's got some sort of furnace going. The big titty guy, yeah, with the crazy eyes, is holding an orb and serpent. We think the serpent is analogous for EMFs. So they got the Zyro, the P and the X. Also, we think, you know, or I think, which I included in my first book, The Holy Grail of Flat Earth, just telling us what this place is. Okay, the 4 angels and the North Pole, Mount Meru. And then you've got this crazy celestial sphere in the background with some orb and a pyramid. And what are they doing? They're unveiling the real world that is there. The Matrix. They're unveiling it to you guys. Behind the curtain. Yeah? Look what these are holding. Fasces. And Alpha and Omega. Yeah? Which I've also decoded as being, I think, positive and negative electromagnetics, opposite of the magnets, which everything is, torus fields. Because even in, you know, modern science, they say that, you know, there's electrons, not that you could ever find one, but electrical bondings, and we are electric. How do you know? If you have a heart attack and you die, they put electric in your heart, it brings it back, it brings you back. Your life force is electrical. Just like, I think, what they call angels, demons, jinn. Okay. And you get another analogy for electromagnetics, which is the Gorgon, which you'll see all over these Semitic symbols. Also, the fiery heart. It's like an offering. This woman, she's in the stocks and she's in chains and she's offering a fiery heart to gods with Fasces and Medusa tech behind the curtains. They can kill you all. they want to. A vengeful god, my ass. A highly advanced, hidden people, if you could call them that. Yeah. The residue of them all over our culture. All of it is them. It's all based on water. Look at that double-headed Janus nasty thing. It was chained to a disc. Just so much, you know, you can study these for ages. You'll always see more and more, and they're just stacked with clues. You know, the Phoenicians with their crowns, the royal families, all Phoenicians. And you get the Bacchus, or in this case, Pan, playing his panpipes. He's got hoofy woofies. I don't know who that is there down in that disc. Really strange. People in the mud, buried. Oh, right, okay. 598 you watching. Thank you for popping by. Make sure, if you could you please share this out? That would be fantastic. Autodidactic Campbell. Let's have a hangout very soon, my brother. Gonna have one on Monday with Jason. That's going to be fab. I'll put that up tomorrow, guys. And we'll get all excited for that. That's going to be a classic, that is. The double pillars you see on this cloudy guy, you've seen this on so many alchemical images, and the plasma pyramid with words on it, which some say is the name of God in Hebrew, because I know what the name of God is. It's Howard. How do I know? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. It says right there, guys. It's Howard. Am I making a mistake? No. So look at her. I see these a lot. You know, Venus arrives in some Renaissance artworks in one of these things. A lot of astrological symbology going on, which you get with these Phoenicians. They do everything by the sky. And there is the old Father Time with a scythe, who's like the Grim Reaper. And this construct that is time, a portal that is time, which seems to be relative to your situation, because all is mind anyway. And time doesn't exist. In fact, what really does exist, guys? The exterior world? Yeah. Well, while you're alive and you perceive it, what happens next then? You've got to come back to get it right. Fight this pervasive evil. Because we're going to have to. Because that's what we're going to do. There's a spiritual war been going on for years, guys. I've been in it 8 years. I've been very aware of it. It never lets me go. And I ain't letting go. Got him up against the ropes a long time ago, guys. As far as I'm concerned, if one table of people is that woke, everybody will be that woke, because that is the nature of consciousness. And we're manifest this year, guys. They've hijacked consciousness to manifest the icky fucking world for them. Look at him. Is that Cronus? I think that might be Cronus munching on a baby. So let's have a look. He's having a baby Q. Okay, we got a one eye. So that's another Masonic thing. Another one eye in his third eye's open for Pan there. That might be another psyop. Open your third eye and let them in. And Zeus, again, with the Fasces, which is a load of lightning bolts and thunderbolts. And Poseidon with his trident. He can cause tsunamis. Zeus can cause plasma discharge events, phoenix events. Look at her with a disc on her head in the castle. Just craziness going on. Seems to be a lot of interdimensional portal thing going on as well. Caduceus always with Hermes and his funky wing boots. And he wears a little mini skirt. But he's an Aphrodite, which is why they got that weird thing going on with the colours and stuff, is because their religion is like that. Okay, and they're all cack naked. They never wear any fucking clothes. A lot of like nasty themes going on. He's got a thing put in his head, so a bit of trapping in. Oh, look, pentagram. Anyway, he's got his head in stocks. He's chained up. He's got an anchor in his hand, which is unusual because he's not at sea, and he's chained to a rock. Not that anyone gives a shit. They're all carrying on. All the celestial hosts up there. So, not necessarily nice, is it? You know, the Phoenician thing. Not really. Look at Pan there. It's got a head on a stick. Head on a stick. Okay. And I don't know what's happening there. I think he's got like a... is he injecting the baby in the neck? He's doing something, this guy. He's got a baby and he's putting something into his neck. Maybe that's the whole part of the paradigm as well, the Phoenician paradigm. They do that. Maybe... just like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, they're trying to assimilate everyone and they got to do it slow, otherwise everyone would die. What if the world started a week last Tuesday? How would we even know? And all of our memories are just downloaded to us, and that's why maybe they're a little bit confused. And then we remember something, and then we start buzzing our ass off. Oh, I remembered something. There's something else going on. There's more going on. Oh my God, I remembered it. And then it's gone. Happened to me once, guys. I just knew I got it. And I was like, and then it went. And I couldn't find the words to explain that feeling. Eternity. So it looks like he's going to get his head cut off. This guy looks a bit Chinese or something. He's got a weird hat on. Look at the hat. When did you ever see a hat like that? Where did you get that hat? Where did you get the hat? So yeah, 125 images. I'm not going to be able to scroll through all of them, but you get the drift. It's just craziness going on with these Phoenicians, guys. A lot of demonic stuff, mostly, in fact. And there seems to be a lot of... I'll go halfway through. I will link it up anyway so you can enjoy it at your own leisure. The Hieroglyphicum is a classic historical engraving book. So highly detailed. Look at all these in flames. Whoa, this looks carnage. Got the bell. And some rams. And this looks like a Mary and Joseph. Look like she's giving him baby a bong. I token this laugh. Where's shotgun? Where's shotgun? On the side. That's it. Get the net over to catch the bastard. They're going fishing for clergy. Oh, this is what the church do to everyone. Look. Get down there, you bastard. Get me more money. How much did you give me? A confession? Get some fucking money, you sinful bastard. So, yeah, they don't sin. No, they're good. So there he is, another beehived Jesuit. It says on his shirt. He's a member of the Jesuits. He's got the Roman SPQR in the background. There's that magic guy with the Zyro again, look. And the big hat, like the Big Trouble in Little China hat going on. The keys, yeah, the key is a sound. We got that. And again, with the C, the key is where the ship docks. Okay, so all connected, guys. And they saw the Holy Hand Grenades. All royals get them. It's Jesus hanging out with the crew. Okay. Phoenician buddies. This one, yeah, what he could do a miracle. Look, he's fucking being stepped on. Not having a good time. Okay. So yeah, good and bad. Yeah. So they give you the choice. You don't have to do bad things, do you? Like boiling a baby. Like might be in a bath though. Ignitus. No. Maybe being boiled. Okay. Ignitus. Skulls with knives in them. So it's all pretty gnarly. Are they giants? They sure are. These are giants. Size of them. Bloody hell. Okay. Okay, let's move on a little bit. Jesus, they're crazy, isn't it, these images? Wow. That's like a Muslim dude. A lot of head chopping off and all of that. Vlad, the Impaler, liked to chop heads off. He had them on sticks. Apparently, back in the old days, 1600s even, you go over London Bridge and anyone who pissed them off, like Guy Fawkes' gang or anything like that, apparently, they put their head on a pike to warn you as not to fuck with the state. Oh, we're going to chop your head off and stick it on a pike. There's a dog head. He's got his bunny gangster mate with him. and he's chasing a dirty old priest. There's naked people up on the mountain. As you get that. There's a lot of death in this, but it is religion, you know. So, yeah, everyone's going to die. Oh, there they are in the boats. There's a replicating thing that we completely recognize, isn't it? The serpents around a central shaft, you know, creating a charge. We've talked about this many, many times. Wow, he's got glasses on. Look at that guy. He's got no arms. He's got his head chained. And then on with the masks and the masquerade ball. This one's, whoa, that's so spooky. Right. They got a lot of money, these priests, haven't they? Well, look at the Benedictine monks. They were the richest organization on earth in their time. Built all stuff, apparently. So, yeah, I'm not going to show anymore because I've got to get on. But I'm going to link that up as soon as I finish this show. We're going to look. I'm going to come back for a second. Okay. See where I am. Get my bearings, so to speak. Just got a way to go. Okay. Autodidactic Campbell is in the house. Good to see you, my brother. Where everything is coolio. And divided we fall. Time doesn't exist. Clocks exist. Exactly. And why be bullied by a little bastard on your arm telling you to get up in the morning anyway? Yeah. Don't have to do any of it. Oh, well, you got to get up in the morning. You know what I mean? So, sexy shower. Front row seat. Ooh, can I get you? Happy Flaterday. She's announcing to lovely Sonia. All beautiful ballrooms. Ballrooms. Fritz, good to see you. And Gareth is in the house. And Anne Gain is in the house. And Hugh. And Crumpus is in the house. What's happening? Love always. Hello. You're always very kind. LFX, St. Michael. Ooh, I am St. Michael. Oh, man, thank you for making an appearance. Jungle Juice. I love that name. I don't know why. It's just good, isn't it? Probably don't know what it is anyway. Magavelli. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Laurie. Secret Squirrel. Secret Curious Squirrel. Secret Squirrel's another chick. My word. Jack of all trades. Good to see you. A master of none, eh? Okay. Dean Powell. Good to see you. Fritz. I said that. Typical English guy. What's new? Nothing. Nothing is new. Nothing new under the sun. Let's repeat everything. Roll that shit out. Okay, so we're going to look at old mappage. This one's a good one. It's upside down. And what you find is these old maps, all these old maps, they are sort of upside down. And like the emphasis is in the north, like the North Pole or the Hyperborean. And they are looking in a southerly direction. Okay, it's a really, really cool mappage. I've got a few to show you. And I'm just going to walk through another load of bookages and stuff. Okay, so please. Okay, let me just do something a minute. Okay, we're going to have a little tiny bit of classical music in the background, really low. Not intrusive. I'm not going to do that to you. Okay. Okay. So, there it is. It's a super map, but they can't really be precise on the date, I've noticed. I tried to find out. It's published in the 1950s, 1927, 1951, but that's not when this map was obviously done, because it's got a lot of medieval period stuff on it. So what I'm going to do, I found better when I was studying this map. It's got loads of different weird stuff on it, though, is to flip it, I found. But first, orientate yourself. So you all sort of know the map. So Britain, okay, is here. And they got like a island off of Western Island, which is exactly where Hyperborean is supposed to be. Hyperborean, which is no longer there, but it's on this map. Okay. And then you get the Iberian Peninsula and an incredibly interesting North Africa, which we're going to be looking at, with a lot of king ages, and the Mediterranean. Interestingly, only Corsica and Sardinia and Sicily
are highlighted with all these swirly things. I don't know if you can make out the boot of Italy here. It's not highlighted at all, interestingly. And it is a big, big map. So what I found best to do is flip it. Okay, now we're upside down, but all of the pictures start to show. So we still got like excuse me, Britain there. Okay, so Britain's there. If you want to orientate yourself, all of this is going to be Tartaria. So interesting that there's no snow, and this is supposed to be the Arctic region. What they are showing is a load of castles and stuff. Because remember, we're looking down from the North Pole, and all of these buildings are there. See them? You don't see any snow. You got a guy with a fleur-de-lis and the orb, even there. No ice, no snow. And you got some of these on horses. And I'm not sure what this one is, but they got some guy who's going to get hit by a stick. It looks like he's going to be eaten later. And they got a lot of trees up there as well. And again with the strange kings. Look at this demon. So, okay. So, again, King Ages, Phoenicians. He hasn't got an orb, but he's definitely got a scepter with what looks like a fleur-de-lis on it. So these islands, and I don't know what is happening here. This chick is naked. This guy's naked, maybe, and he's just up behind her there. She's bending over. I don't know. There's fish everywhere, and there's islands everywhere. I don't know. I'll have to flip the map again shortly, because it goes back the other way. So let's have a look back down here. It's just crazy stuff in this map. So yeah, they're going to boil him up. What's happening here? Difficult to say. They're pulling something apart. So yeah, you get crazy big castles. So we got Asia. Okay, let's have a look. So this is all supposed to be Tartaria. Okay, let's have a look along the bottom. And you got a nice big ship there, but it's got a reed sail. The guy on his own. What's he pointing at? What's he pointing at? Is that? What is that? Two mountains and like a pyramid thing floating above it. Okay. Right, okay. And two sort of lakes, I guess, with castles around them. What's that? A disco ball. Okay, let's flip this back around then, shall we? We're going to have a check of this bit. Okay. Daltharus, Ray. So another king. Seems to be all of these kings appointed everywhere. Right, let's have a look down the bottom of this one. Okay, that's interesting. More boats. These islands. So this is Western Africa. That's Iberia. Yes. Morocco. So they're the islands de Fortuna. So there you are, the Canary Islands there. And you've got some antiquities. Right, what's going on in the Sahara Desert? You've got a king. He's like, what the fuck they give me here, man? This fucking holy hand grenade ain't worth shit, man. So I'm coming to get you with my flay. Please put that down. It's very dangerous. Oh, really? I'm gonna throw it at you. No, I mean you pull that little pin that's that. No, don't pull the pin. The whole of North Africa's turned to dust. Shit goes down, guys. Yeah. So he's licking the blade of his scepter, watching that brown boy whipping a camel. I don't like the way he's treating that animal. We have to chastise him later. Now we got Nubia. Okay, the Nubians. They don't look particularly black either. Some do, some don't. Okay. That's down south of Egypt. Okay, you got a guy there. He's feeding his crow some bread. He's got a pet crow, just like Odin. He's got one eye. No, he's got two eyes. Okay then. And there's the Mediterranean, and there's the coast of North Africa, which is very beautiful, especially when the sun rises above it. Okay, what's happening over this side? Oh, they're fucking whacking elephants over here. Jesus. What's he? He's on a floating carpet, guys. Look. He's like, are they behind me? Are they looking at me? Did they notice me? Yeah, they're looking at you. They're going to chop your bleeding head off me. Oh, look, a star. What does it mean? It means there's a baby going to be born in a barn somewhere. We need to take presents. Again, you say that every year, Charles. No, I don't. This one's real, the real one. The last one was pretty good. Yeah, that Buddha guy was really all right, wasn't he? Yeah. After he got over, after he, got back eating, he didn't have to put on weight quick. He went from Scannington to Whale. So look at this guy's willy here, guys. So I said to him, if you're a real man, wrestle me naked. This one's not, though, is he? He's got mini skirt dress on. He's going to bash his fucking head in if you haven't already. This is why fighting naked is not advisable. Okay? Only if you're a woman. Naked fighting, if you're a woman, is advisable. But not for men. Nobody wants to see that, okay? Just saying. Thinking of, I'm going to America. I was thinking about, getting employed. So, if there are any, Texas volleyball teams looking for a coach, I know loads about volleyball. Yeah, I'd be picking it up. You throw a ball, you're on net, and you hit it with your wrists. Yeah, I could be very helpful. Pay me loads of money. So here he is. She is coming out of the water. Jugs, Melicillin, and she is a Phoenician. She's also a mermaid. Okay. He's like, I got my ball. I got my crucible. I'm keeping it. Yeah, he looks a bit possessive. He's in all islands over there, look. So it's a crazy map, isn't it? Whoa. Something going on there. Anyway, so I'll share that. You can... Oh, there's that devil there. Oh, I'm so going to fuck these people up. What do you think? Because he's like, oh, mate, your little brother stuck on your belly. He's talking to you. Yeah, I'm ignoring him. You don't shut the fuck up. That's what you get. Okay, I'll share that with you later because we've got a mosey on. There's loads to show. So these are interesting. I'm just wondering how and why and what. So what you got is a topographical map of America, North America, by this Victor Ribot between 1824 and 18. So it must be when he died. So in between that. So in the mid 1800s, they're doing these topographical maps, and they look just like what NASA show us. Only this isn't from space, is it? Which is water. So how are they doing it? And I noticed for the Great Lakes, they got 1, 2, 3. I can't see the River St. Lawrence, and all of this is fuzzed out. So I don't know why they fuzzed out some of the Great Lakes. 2, 3, just see them. Or are they not full of water? Or they're full of dust at this period. So, Houston's just by there. So yeah, how do they do that? I wonder, just from the imagination. It's really good sort of topography. Shows you how flat this bit is. Along, yeah, completely flat. So they've done the same for Europe as well. So it's a bit like what I'll link these up if you want to study them closer. But this is like what NASA is showing, saying they're in fucking space. And this is like just an artwork. It's North Africa. See all these mountains, and then the Sahara. No, what I just showed you, Europe. So let's have a look at that. That looks a bit pointy there on Breast Point, doesn't it? Like if it's a star fort. It's a bit too pointy there. So this bit in, what
what is essentially the Russian plain, you know, from Poland here, stretching out. Looks like all sloppy mud, doesn't it? And look at this wall on this mountain range, the wall here. And it's all smooth behind there. So all by here it's all messy. Behind there it's all smooth. Interesting. It's like a wall. I think that for as in Wales where I live, right along that border there, where this cursor is, a thing called Offa's Dyke, apparently built by a first millennium king called Offa, who built a great wall. But it's a mountain range, and when I'm standing on top of Offa's Dyke, I do wonder to myself whether or not this was that much engineering, because they built great earthworks in antiquity. So they masquerade in the Greeks, Phoenicians, whatever, the classical world do cabaret, and this one's for a marquis, I'm not sure which one, de Flino. And it's a masquerade, and apparently these clothes, this is in the 1700s, these clothes were worn to a ball, okay, and they are absolutely fucking ridiculous, but no worse than Sam Smith is wearing these days, I've noticed. He's got completely fucking stupid, but you are. So these women that are on the catwalk, they wear like carrier bags over their head, they wear dresses on upside down, like a dead cat hanging off you. There's a good look, I think. So this woman's a pillar of the community, but she's got a hot box. She's got pinecone nipples. Nice touch. Nice touch. So you basically your own oven, aren't you? What's cooking, baby? Okay, so you went to a party like that. I bet that was fucking dangerous. So what did she go like? To go to the Marquis de Sade's ball. I mean the Marquis de Filio. Yeah, she's got scaly hands. She's got the Phoenician shoulder covers, you know, the lion, the Phoenician plant thing, which you haven't identified. Looks like a rhododendron. Some quivers, some scales. Protect you from electromagnetics. So very Phoenician, that one. It's got all of what we expect to see from Phoenicians. This one's a pillar as well. Let's have a look at this chick. She's got a pillar dress on. Okay. Straw man. Right, it's just, look at that. Imagine kicking someone in the head with them. Imagine kicking someone in the shin. Yeah, they gob off at you. It's fucking cloud, mate. All right. Quick kick in the shin. Oh, what's that? It's a plumb ball. That proves it's not spinning. Oh my God. This one's one of those people with no leg. Oh my God, let's have a look at her. She's got bells on her head and like silk. Oh, look at that. It's all metal. This is tech. She's got nice lips. Oh, would you like all of these? They're scalps. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, no, not really, love. See you later anyway. Come back, talk with me. Nah, you're all right. You're all right. Just right nutters, don't you? Let's have a look at this one. Okay. Oh, it's a dude. What's he going like? He's going as a robot, which hasn't been invented. He's got block shoes. He's got some of them funny socks they wear. Oh, look at them things. He's going as a robot. Oh, that's weird, isn't it? It's clamp. How'd you go pee in that? He's gone as a flipping robot. There's no robots in the 1700s. RoboCop. Ooh, sorry. I'm going to go again. Oh, look at this one. So, yeah, these books I'm showing you, these are going to be linked up. Sorry to keep going, but do share this video. It gives a chance of a more diverse audience coming over. You know, people on their own and stuff. They come over here, have a good time, good vibration. He's only got 1 foot. I wonder what that means. But what does it mean? Half man, half machine. What does it mean? What does it mean? It means I'm going to get involved in human issues because I am a robot. Have you a fembot? Oh, yes. Okay. They're the first thing they're going to have. So let's have a look at this guy. Oh, he's got the robots going on as well.
Funny cod piece. God, it looks so scientific. Oh, it's a she. She's got bells on her ears, pyramids. And then pineal gland. Wow. Pineal, pine cone. And opposing Phoenician Tauruses, which we see a lot, even on architecture. I didn't mean it about the beach volleyball coach job. I didn't mean that. My girlfriend's watching. Okay. Oh yeah, she's hiding her horns. And she's got that Moses plaque on her front that Moses wears. So what is the thinking? Why are these Phoenician vegetative things? Vegetation. Weird. Look at this pyramid. It's very Masonic as well, isn't it? Oh my God. I wonder what that says. This person is a complete numpty. Oh my God. Looks happy enough though, in his pyramid costume. So yeah, this is what they were doing back in the day. Oh my God, look who it is. Alistair Crowley. I live and learn. There you are. You just come out of the pyramid, he's sleeping in the esophagus, and he's feeling a bit weird and tripped out. Check this out. What the fuck? Square glasses? This is from antiquity. All right, he's got the Pharaoh's wizard's hat on. Alchemy. Got a set square because he's like basically working stuff out to do with architecture. So that's where all the keys and the codes are hidden within the architecture of the Great Pyramid. They encoded it. Got bells there, look. She have bells on her fingers and bells on her toes. She shall have music wherever she goes. So there you are. That's an interesting little book to share with you. And another book, I'm not going to go through this one, but it's a book of hieroglyphicum. Excuse me. I thought it was going to be something else because it said lust there. So, but it wasn't. Holy Eye and Soul Pleasure. Presenting on Sunday in Hot Feast and the Gospels. We say some prayers and we get down to our sexy death. That's what it's not, didn't say that, but that's what they mean when you learn to read between the words. So what they do got is fire and brimstone. Check it out. These are absolutely beautiful engravings from an early period. And they're biblical by theme, as you can see. You get this brimstone coming down and all the water's rising. That's the sun, yeah? Well, it looks like night, doesn't it? Because you can see all of these things coming down in different directions and fireballs, brimstone. Is that a black sun? Because there's a moon. What's this one? If that's a sun. You only got 3 luminaries up there. What is it? Sun turned black. The other sun, second sun. So yeah, they are all in these portals, the lower images. There are stacks of them, all of them. It's crazy, apocalyptic by nature, a lot of them. But I'm wondering, you know, for the early period, this is in the Latin, and it's just got like the superb architecture. That looks like the front of a boat as well. For the period, the world was pretty fantastic, except that tree there's looked like something's happened. So I'm going to share this with you. It's a wonderful book, but it's got 268 pages. I'm not going to be able to go through that. Look at this, a little bit of enunciating going on there. Ooh, angel sexy stuff. Okay, let's have a look. Without impregnation, because they've only got smooth bits. So they got to artificial inseminate using a laser beam. It's true, guys. True story. See the Phoenicians there? All over the architecture in these as well. So they're really pretty. I don't know if I can roll this on. So this is top level and highly decorated. It's really quality images, these ones, Layla. They're all beautifully made. The detail when you like sort of scoot up on them with the magnifier, it's just wow. In fact, all these books I share with you will keep you busy for an hour or two with some delicious juicage, and I will link them up as soon as the show finishes, but we got a bit to get on with. Okay, so let me just turn off Mozart. I do love my Mozart. Again, though, Phoenician stuff. So, this was 2 days ago. So what I did, I explained to you, I went to a Flat Earth meet where David Murphy was presenting. That was down in Bournemouth. Sellout. It was like 65 people there. It was a really good time. And then the day after, some of the Flat Earthers met up, myself, Dave Mantle, Sven, and Nora, and other people. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, Angela, the Trins was there. Anyway, so we flat smacked the people in the park. It was a beautiful little park. And I'm talking to this guy here, and he tells me he's an Antarctica explorer. So I'm going to link this channel directly below with my friend Sven as well, who's already done Activism today. I do it because I enjoy it. I do it because, again, the truth to the streets. Okay, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Okay, and it's not all on YouTube as well. Okay, shitty as fuck on you. This is where you got to get out in the streets, out in the parks, and you can talk to people. It's really good. It's not all good because as you'll see, there's people like really losing their shit here. It's just craziness. So, okay.
Like a flat?
Someone was able to prove the Earth was flat. Okay. 25
No, the Pyramids model, the heliocentric. That's which 800 years ago we were citing because you can't prove it because all of, hang on a minute, so libraries, they got the word lie at the beginning. Libraries, all of the indoctrination system and the de-education you went through when you went through your indoctrination in school to dumb you down. They don't give you a classical education in computer or whatever you went, right? So they get a classical education, so they cite exactly the same people. So it's Plato, okay? It's Herodotus, it's Cicero. They got all of the same classical sources. Copernicus with heliocentrism, Copernicus. If you look into the story, there was a murder that went on with Johann Kepler. You know, this is a really sinister story. We're supposed to have all of this time ago, okay? But we can't substantiate or prove any of this stuff actually existed. They're just giving us books, controlled books, for us to read, us to believe. That's how it went down. We can't prove it. I need evidence. I have
bounces around.
They say, oh, you're right. No. With everything that I say, okay, I'm just giving you my opinion of what I think.
Yeah, I know, but
so they say, so Antarctica, okay, they suggest that it's all the way around us. Right, no, water. Okay, so water always finds its own natural level, but it needs a container to be put in. So if you imagine a high cliff of ice all the way around us, now they do say there's an ice wall all the way around us. Captain Kirk tried to navigate around this ice wall, try and find his way in, and he clocked up 60,000 miles, which coincidentally.
I was say, listen to me for ages before he said he was an Antarctica explorer, but looks like you got a bit of a tan on him to be like in Antarctica.
it's funny because I work in Antarctica.
Have you been there? Where did you go? You got this?
Yeah.
I work in Antarctica.
No.
Hang around the peninsula.
So-
you can sail around it. You can sail around the Ross Sea.
So
the
it's
Weddell
only
Sea.
Western Antarctica, yeah? Like no one's ever double transversed across the rest of Antarctica, have they?
Of course, you can settle from New Zealand.
They haven't.
and come down the other side of Antarctica. It's just not
Nobody's
cost
double
effective.
transversed. The guy tried to do it about 4 years ago and he nearly died 33 miles from the end. Remember that? And we had to helicopter him off. The Royal sent him Prince Harry.
Circumnavigate
No,
Antarctica.
not circumnavigate, to double transverse, which means walk across the ice shelf, okay, and then all the way back again. Double transverse. No one has ever transversed it. Never mind double transversed it.
It's minus 80
Yeah, they say. So it's at a higher elevation as well. So there's oxygen deficiency on the higher plateau. Anybody that I've ever met, and you're the third person now I've met, and I've talked to my channel, who's been trying. I talked to an okay? He told us about what was happening with the sky. He only ever went to Western Antarctica, the peninsula, Windy Sea, the peninsula. You know, this is all we ever see. We never see anything of this huge continent, bigger than Australia. It's all the way over here. You know, it's completely unpopulated. You know what I've heard? He said that there was an area bigger than the size of America, but there's like nothing set on it by ice, never set on it. Okay, nobody's ever seen it in the Antarctica region. And this was in the 1940s.
56, wasn't it?
Well, on the chronoscope was 1956.
Six,
Last
yeah,
Voyage, yeah. So he was dropping off, like he'd been on all these different expeditions. The thing is, he went down there after World War II. The biggest military operation, right, outside of World War II. He takes entire fleets down there, okay, to go and probe and try and fly across it, which he never managed, by the way. His plane cropped out, left them down the back. Yeah. And then basically it's almost as if they found something, because after Operation Budget and then Operation Fishbowl, NASA is set up, and there's all of these, the Antarctica Treaty. Okay, now they say so we don't do any scientific research. And if you Google what scientific discoveries are there in Antarctica, it's just stupid. It's nothing. We found a spider in a cave.
Well, it's a haven for whales and penguins.
Do you see any flying birds
In Antarctica? Yeah.
seagulls and stuff?
Albatross.
Only in Western.
Well, they hang around the peninsula, yeah, that's where the food.
So does it ever
Eels.
snow?
Pardon?
It doesn't snow there, does it? It's like a dust, isn't it? It snows properly.
No problem. Want to see pictures?
Yeah, please.
No, not going down.
So what you do, Tom? Forklift drivers?
I'm an expedition guide.
An expedition guide?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
So, what sort of range does your expedition
I've just been
cover?
in the Arctic, so the recent polar bears.
They tried. I saw it like
Don't get that, that's all.
they tried initially, but when you go down, they no.
What you look at, like crevasses or just wildlife?
Glaciers, wildlife, whales.
Anyway, I can't cover it all. This is on David Mannels. I'm going to link this up in the descriptions box below, and you can watch it all. These boys here were, I'm not sure what nationality. I think they might have been Italian or something. This boy, he had potential. This one, he didn't know how to talk to adults, and he knew he was. It kicks off a little bit, yeah. David done a brilliant job with everyone. He's really great at this. This little family, yeah. This boy was smart. I liked him. And he asked good questions too. If I would just let him learn, that was a really cool thing. So yeah, it's a really good experience to do, and something I really enjoy is to get out and then you can gauge what people are thinking, and they are really, interested. These boys were there hours, but they weren't really, in our favor. Okay, so yeah, I'll link that up in the description box. You can watch the whole thing. It's an hour long, and it's got plenty of juicy debatage, and that is on my friend's Trinity Force channel there. And I'll be linked up with the others and everything else in the descriptions box below. Okay, let's move on. Antique photographs. Check these out. These are early. These are really early. These are from 18. We've got some images to come in a little while. We're going to be looking at some examples of electric boats. I shit you not, and that's coming up very soon. Make sure to stick around. Make sure to share this. Aleppo. Now, you know of this place because of all of the shit that go down, apparently, in Syria. Aleppo is supposed to have been splattered by bombs, hasn't it? Yeah. But check it out on here, and it is an unbelievably mud-flooded world. This is in, excuse me, 1880. So that crack in the lintel there. I wonder what that put that there. And that's strange. Sort of dragons eating their tails. We see that a lot, don't we? But they definitely look like dragons. So. And what you do notice as well, something I draw your attention, you see some examples a bit later, is see these blocks? You see how that's fitting there? This is megalithic blockage, and it is unreal size. You'll see some incredible examples. Now, these towers here are all over antiquity, okay? You've got landing platform type things there, clock towers, domage, covered in antiquity. I think there's something going on with water towers as well. I'm not sure if there's anything literally more sinister housed in this dome, which looks like, one of those arrays you see that give off certain EMF frequencies, because this coincidentally it's a dome type thing, isn't it? Like the array. And you get this giant fortage up on top of what looks like just a muddy hill. Giant fortage.
This is in Aleppo. Look at this. How many bricks in that, guys? And then you've got this gatehouse, which is really strange in itself. And the size of the blocks on this is just incredible. And then it goes up into the main block, which is smashed on the top. These crenellations, these castellations are all disturbed. Also there. So the top seems to have been blitzed off. This is fine, this gatehouse. That's always a bit missing there. So, you know, even that thing up there's a bit blitzed. I wonder what that is. Ball on top. You don't see any people around in any of these, by the way. Again, look at that. That just looks like the footing for something absolutely monumentally big, doesn't it? Look at the wall, goes all the way up to there. Wow. And that is a huge chunk. And it really does look like it's just the bottom of something, doesn't it? The top's missing. That could have been like a super block, super massive tower block. Wow. The size of it. No windows, so it's not residential in any way. Well, there are some. Maybe two on that side, two little ones there, not really, even then no lighting. And these domes. Antiquity on top. So that's earlier than that, 1863. Blimey, that's really early. Not far after a mud flood. Let's have a look. All that grass on top. Why would that be? Just left to rack and ruin. No people. So some gardens. 1863. One person. On a horse. And everything the shit outside that wall and then buildings. Okay, let's have a look. So there's all messed upness outside. The mud comes up over to the wall. There. And all the way along. See, the mud just stops on the walls. That's what they're there for. How do you cause a mud flow? Well, they say, this is a coincidence. Check this out. I was in Glastonbury the day before yesterday. Went to visit friend Lisa's house in Glastonbury. And she, the day before, was with a guy who worked for Tesla's nephew, the Nikola Tesla. And she'd done a picture on the street, because she does street art of Nikola Tesla. And the guy was accidentally standing on it. He was like, whoa, I work for his nephew. In the fields of free energy and electromagnetics. I was trying, because he was going to go to Mauritius, to get hooked up with him and see if I could have interviewed him and spoke to him. But it was too late. He was gone. I thought that was really weird. But Tesla he was cited for doing technology like earthquake machine, a machine that would cause essentially a mud flow. It reverberated the ground, causing liquefaction of the earth, which is mixing the water in the water table below your feet. And then if you just vibrate the earth on top enough, it mixes with the water and then it starts flowing downhill. It's a mud flow. It's of course liquefaction. And what can do the liquefaction is electromagnetic frequencies can do that. They can cause an oscillation and a vibration within what they call the atomic bindings. You could do that. There's camels, the ships of the desert. They do all of the stuff. They're nice camels. Whoa, that's an unusual one. Look at that. It's all mud and shit outside. It's just mud. And you've got that beautiful thing there, look, which is in rack and ruin, falling apart. So all of this old world stuff is just left to rack and ruin. It's really weird. Look at that. So what are they? They're gravestones. The kid there. And sacred geometry in a window. Beautiful, big, beautiful block work. Doesn't look like there's any mortar involved in them. There's a little bit gappage. Oh, look at that. Wow, look at that image. Is that one marble pole? What's that wire? Corinthian top. Big arch. Gone. Building's missing. Wow, look at the size of that. All the rest is gone. they don't want to ask what happened. So there's the natives, not too many of them, and they don't live in that grand architecture. They live in these mud girt things, which I dare say looks comfortable. Probably, if it's boiling hot, nice and cool. And again, with the build up of all the shit sediment outside the walls. It's quite a sizable city, even in 1860s. There seem to be too many birds or activity or life, really. How many people are down there? 1, 2, maybe 3. Curious. Okay. So, like with water towers, these towers are all over America, Europe. They look just like this. It's got the gantry on top. I don't know this is a minaret for call to prayer, but I don't think they were always that. I don't think all of this religion thing was always around, you know. Not when we were all one people, no opposition, no nationalism, because it wasn't required, because there wasn't borders separating us all acting weird on one another. They're all fucking football teams and stupid shit. Your God's got bigger bollocks than my God. My God has bigger beard than your God. My God is much better than your God. My God is got bigger knobs than your God. That's all it is a knob off of God's. We know what's going on. Okay. We know. Okay, we know already. Look at this architecture. And they're mud flooded. Not too many people around. It's not like it's bustling with people. And there's a camel. Well worthy of a picture. Okay, that's outside that wall. The town wall. There's other walls there and other stuff from the older world. All splattered. Okay, what's happening outside here? There's a lot of fucked upness. Don't they do roads? Like, no. Like, they don't, actually. So why are the slits so close to there? They're supposed to be like slit holes for shooting arrows, but these are all buried. As I suggest, this thing's all buried. Look at that stonework. Just mad, crazy good stonework. You're going to see close up in a minute. So outside of the town, of the wall, the city wall, there's all this stuff here, which looks just fucked up and messed up. Okay, there's another panoramic. Let's move on. So there's a kid on a horse. No, it's not. It's a bloke. So, I don't want to say sorry to him for. It's the same place as we've seen before. Not much going on there. Okay, there's a few people outside that ginormous, crazy big castle. I can't believe they got a wall that big. You'd be able to run up there, though. If you was one of those parkour boys, you'd be able to run up there and jump on there easy. Right, there's a city gate. Business going down. Commerce. And look at corporations. Corpse. Mortgage. Mortgage. You're never ever going to fucking pay, you'll be dead. Dead gauge. Yeah, no. So that's half of a building. The rest has fallen down. Wow, look at that thing. I wonder what it did. Huh. So look at the stonework on it a minute. So there's the bloke. Look at the size of the arch compared to that bloke. He must be just fascinated. Who built this stuff? Look at it. It's unbelievable stonework. And that arch as well. Oh my God. They can't pull this off in the modern day even. Compared to the ancients. Look at that. Wonder what happened to it, guys. It's all laying around. It's been splattered. And look at the size of the blocks on the bottom. Who put them blocks in that door? What the fucking hell lifted them? Look at the size of the bloke compared to them. He never lifted. Wow, that's weird. Okay. All of them. The windows too. And there. And there. Who done that? Why would they do that? Okay. And there's no roof or everything's missing. Look at the size of the blocks up there compared to that guy. Holy hell. It's like monster Lego. Oh, what's going on there then? He's wondering the same. Maybe they just made it into some temporary shelter. That's mad. That's mad. Anyway, we're moving on. Some images I collected this week. As I said, I've been around most of the week, but I've collected some images just to whiz through quickly. These are water towers. One of my subs sent this in. This is a French water. Oh, excuse me, no. French is China, Saigon, where I believe the guy lived who sent this. He lives there now. And it's got like this spiral staircase going up, and it's not a water tower anymore. What is it, viewing platform, or is it something like a landing platform for the balloons? But what a beautiful place. Oh, wow. 2 portals. So I did propose in the past the water towers we use in vortexing, structured water technologies. So again, with the Hermetics and the Phoenicians, got some sort of deity riding I don't know, maybe a serpent. Look at these skulls with the eyes hanging out for Adam and Eve. Sinister, isn't it? Crucifix up there with a Cherubinowski. Homo bullia. Homo bullia. Okay, that's not even Homo erectus. It's Homo bullia, which is a Cherubinowski, and they're not human. So they give these kings who are maybe their bloodline, some of them, really bad cod pieces. Also technology. Go together, okay? Everyone else, probably don't even look good for them, don't they, do it? Yeah. So there's all sorts of sinister stuff going on in alchemy. But they got like honor and pride and virtue and all of these different gods who represent what are supposed to be good aspects of us, which are intrinsic in us because we were born enlightened. It was downhill from there after we were born. Again, being born all Phoenician. You go into the birth canal, birth like a ship, canal like a ship. You start your life in water. And then you come out of the canal, birthed, and then you're screaming because you're a fish out of water. And then they christen you to the Phoenician paradigm. Look at that for antiquity up there. Seen anything like that? I haven't until I've seen this image. It's like the top of a building. Looks like the rest is buried, but the antiquity up there is. I can see sparks going between them. It's just amazing. It's in Russia. Okay, this is in Europe. I think it's probably Germany somewhere. He's got flowers for the wife. That might be an admission of guilt for something. Probably snapped at her over the bacon not being crispy enough or something before he went to work. It's been on his mind all day. He's not going to get his leg over tonight unless he gets her some flowers after that shit this morning over the bacon. You know what I mean? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean? I don't know what these things are sticking up everywhere. What's these floodlights? Floodlights. Not sure. That's a crazy tower there. So this is Amsterdam. What the fucking hell is that? It's just sticking up everywhere, all over Christendom. I was in Turkey yesterday. There's exactly the same thing in their town. Turkey, not Turkey. Glastonbury. And they had a smaller one of these. Look at that. They got a pub there called Old England. Rudolph Hofhaus. And a national bank. They're beautiful buildings there. I think this is the dam rack. So people like to hang out in the old days and just watch the world go by. I love people watching. I sit in a cafe for ages watching the world go by. Imagine if you could time travel and do people watching in this time period. Sit there sipping perfect coffee because it hasn't been fucked up by Monsanto or anything. So proper coffee, yeah. Probably a nice proper croissant. Can you imagine their food back then? Unfucked with. Oh, I wonder what it all tasted like. I bet their vegetables were better, everything. Okay. So this Phoenician's got a caduceus, and there seems to be copper dome. But again, looks like a bit of a landing platform going on with that.
excuse me, The Holy Grail of the Great Reset. That was my last book. Somebody sent me in pictures of them. Thank you super kindly. If you do purchase books, you find the links below. Send me a picture of you in a cool place, maybe, or whatever, with the books. And I'll post them up on flatearthbritish like we do a year or so now. So this guy's doing a self-portrait. Yeah, I don't know why she's got like a thing around her mouth, but I think it's about talking too much. It's like, I've been trying to paint her, and all she does is fucking talk. So he's okay. So the use of the Phoenicians in expositions. This is a colonial exposition, 1922 in Marseille, France, and again with the ships. The figurehead was a horn, and the Phoenicians there holding that torch like you get on the Statue of Liberty. Who I've proposed is Lucifer, the light bringer, which I got different personifications for in their narrative, but it's definitely there. And what you get with this whole narrative of the Phoenicians is the Ovidian theme. It's changing from one paradigm into another. I really do feel like there's some sort of takeover happening. I really do. Like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I suspected it maybe 2 years ago because it was just like in the film, The Invasion of the Body Snatchers. A non-believer. That sort of thing. Yeah? And I thought, fuck me, this is like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They're all going like zombies. Jesus, they're going weird. So it must have been beautiful back then. Can you imagine it? I bet things smell beautiful. So there was it back in, that's it now, going up to St. Paul's in London. Shitty cars, all wet and miserable. Back in the day, full of life, clean and beautiful. Because everything's changed for the worst. All of it is broken. The only thing in Britain that works is nature. It's just ridiculous. So years outside the Bank of England in London. Now this was a massive complex of Greco-Romano architecture that got burnt, and then this is all that's left of it. And it's Rome. Ooh, Lipton's tea. I drink that now. Ooh, Tennant. That's a lager, not like Tennant. It's funny how homeless people drink a lager called Tennant, isn't it? That's what I drink. I don't know. They'd sell their legs for crack. What? So that's really good traffic control outside the Bank of England. Don't worry, 1942, there'd be a big hole there. What apparently the Luftwaffe, the RAF, dropped there. Not sure what this is. It looks like the base for the Statue of Liberty with that door going in. It's got some gear on top. Probably something to do with shipping. It looks like a barometer type of thing. But anyway, this bit here looks like it's something of older. Something else was there. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Mud flood. That can happen. You can have like basically a subsidence of earth and your house goes sliding away if you live on Stupidsville, on the side of a mountain, something like that. So, ooh, monster soup in the Thames. So the Thames was full of this. It was a manky mess of dead things. And I don't even like it now. But yeah. So everyone polluted the rivers and didn't give a shit about hygiene in the past, apparently. They just chucked everything in the water. Makes no sense. So this is some of the proposed art showing the transport of the day is air balloon and somewhere between an aeroplane with a propeller. Before airplanes were actually invented. See? We carry all of these people below on a platform. You can see their people, the little ones. Because this thing is super duper huge. Okay. So this is a famous hotel now, but it's a famous post office in the city where I live, Cardiff. And it's seriously mud flooded. It's a crazy building inside. The features, the marble, the Phoenicia, all over the front of it. Can't find any photographs of it being built. It'd be nice, but no. The old world. And that was across the road from it, Westgate Street, Cardiff. That was a fire station, apparently. I suspect it might have been something more. The size of this thing
Now it's the ugliest multi-story car park you've ever seen in your life. It is so shit. It's like a shit took a shit. It's like a shit on a stick. It's that bad. So this is outside the window of somewhere, looking at the building, apparently of some of the great exposition. Paris exposition. Rebuilt. Nice little London shot. Church on the end of the street with a Greco-Romano. Look at that, it's like Rome at the end of the street. All these are mud flooded. These tenements. But they were the good old days, and the food in these corner shops, they used to deliver your food in a bicycle. They had all lovely food back in the day. So I believe this is in Prague. 1901 to, I don't know, 15 something or other commemorating. And you got some crazy Nordic looking dudes. We got the knight there. It's definitely a Phoenician theme, but wow. They got some crazy good architecture in Europe, haven't they? Like that. Again. So I went to the Czech Republic last year. I seen all of this stuff. It was a fantastic antiquity. Ostend in Belgium. Maritime city, Phoenician city, full of a bristling with antiquity. Not now. Ostend is not now. I've been on a piss plenty in Ostend, and there's a lot of this stuff, but it's mostly all new hotels and stuff. There's like whole streets just been demolished, replaced with fucking hotels. They've done it everywhere, guys. That's what I mean. I was in Bristol. Oh, do you know this beautiful, isn't it? I wonder. You get a bill, don't you? When you've got to pay up money, they give you a bill. That's bird related, not really water related, but. Just saying, give you a bill. So electric ships. Now, I got hundreds of images I could show you of ships that are seemingly even really far back in antiquity, having antiquity. Now, this is just like a barometer station, etc., with aerials next to some custom house type affair. Okay, that is the Marconi station. Now, Marconi, famously enough, had a university here in St Mary Street in Cardiff, which has zeros and ones also outside it. And then he done the first transatlantic wireless signal from Lavenock to Newfoundland. Interesting. What do you make of that then? I don't exactly know. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, everyone. Hi, Hippie Shake. Hi, Stu. I'm going to come back in a very short time. So, look, remember what I said about being a robot? Yeah, this is Gort. Yeah, Gort is getting his robot willy felt up. Not bad, is it? So, I'm a robot. I identify as a robot from now on. So, no issues because they're human issues. Okay. So God is smashing it. Robot. Let's move it. Yeah, so they've corrupted the rainbow. That was quite nice. I used to like seeing the rainbow. Now I just feel like I don't want to see a rainbow anymore. It makes me feel sick. So yeah, you see what they do there? I think somebody mentioned the other day, I think might be true, that this flag that they're parading everywhere all over the world, police force got it, it's on roads, it's everywhere, yeah, is to get everyone predictively programmed for an international flag. Hi, India, lovely India, an international flag. All of their weirdness on there. So, if you had 1, 2, 3 bums, would you have to have 3 poos? Because that would suck. But this guy, he's got 2 heads, he's got a load of arms, loads of legs, because that's what they were like back in the past, guys. Yeah. Oh, not a guy. I don't know. So yeah, nuns. Yeah, in the past they used to go see through black lace and naked. I mean, really properly naked nuns in the past. So it wasn't all bad, guys. They're married anyway. They're married to Jesus. No chance, as you say. I'm Jesus. So, shall I fucking kill him, sire? Oh yes. Oh yes. Slit his throat. no, that's a bit extreme. Don't you think I should just stick the sword in him, less painful or whatever? No, honestly, blood, I'm a Roman. I'm a Venetian. And they're all thumbing down, look. That's why I flat thumb. Oh, isn't it wonderful? Oh, all the death. Yes, isn't it? Isn't it? Can't wait for the orgy later. Oh, no. Oh, that's the emperor. He looks unpleased. But he looks actually quite happy. So, yeah, apparently they were doing that, killing Christians, feeding lions. No, not feeding lions. Feeding lions Christians. Anyway, so we don't give a fuck. We don't scared of anything on Flatearthbritish British. The scariest things on earth, the dark. No. People should... The dark? Why? Yeah, I used to think when I was a kid, when I used to walk through dark alleys and lanes when I was a kid, so if there's anyone in this fucking gully, then it's shit. They want to be scared of me, not the fucking dark, is what I used to think. Clowns. Yeah, they can be scary, but they're easy to fuck up. They're clowns. Yeah, exactly. Sharks. Well, I'm not too worried about sharks because, you know, the nature of, like, I'm not going to go where they hang out. Serial killers. I think probably because of the nature of what they're saying, serial killers, all of them films like Hannibal Lecter, I had to liver with some father beats. Yeah. Or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or Mike Myers in this case, right? There's endless amounts of serial killers. And the one we got in Britain that was most famous was Peter Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper. Okay, who was friends with the Queen and all the rest of them. They're all in a gang together. I doubt whether any of it's real. Whether anyone ever does that shit. I doubt it very much. Yeah. So, death. Scary? Well, not really, because it might be epic. It might be horny. You ever thought of that? Yeah, your death day might be the horniest day of your life. Might be, guys. The blindly obedient. Yes. Yes, they're really, really annoying, but I'm not going to give them my energy, knock themselves out. It's their journey. They may wake up. They'll have to come back. It's their fault. We can do what we can. Try and teach them, give them information. Otherwise, tough shit ski. Okay, let's move on. Sharks. I ain't going to hang around with these sharks. That's just stupid. See this toilet roller they're putting out? It's called Nice Bum. Nice bum. Yeah, we said it. Your bum is pretty spectacular. They're talking about you. It's part of our incredible community of other nice bummed people. Yeah, and that is helping reduce deforestation. Oh, why? And ensuring clean water. Nah, and toilets get to billions of people in needed. If there was billions, epic. It's amazing what we can do, what can happen when we all work, or in this case, wipe together. Yeah. Well, the one who thought that up is a right cunt. Just saying. Apart from your bum is pretty spectacular. Thanks. Yeah. Two things that never existed. Now, you couldn't get a Hasselblad camera to work in fucking space. And it's made of plastic. And it's supposed to be red. Oh, I'm freezing cold. Anyway, apparently, this is why they never went back to the moon. Full of dinosaurs. T-Rexes shagging. T-Rexes, that's what they're all like affected by. So, have you seen this? So, this is the Gustav electric boat. It was invented in 1881. And it was sailed on the Seine by two sane men. And what you've got is two arrays of batteries up to an electric motor. Electric boats in 1880. I think they were using them all along. I think antiquity boats were a thing. Except for these. Yeah. Like us on a sinking ship. Oh, bloody hell. Why didn't I stay at home? No. You have to break pattern. Yeah? If you're going to be on a raft, on rocks, because you listen to them sirens going, Martin, Martin. You're like, fucking hell, who's that? I used to have hair like that, curly tots, when I was a kid. So, dolls. What's going on with dolls, guys? Is there some sort of weird voodoo going on with them? Firstly, they're like homunculus. kids love them. They give them babies and little dummies and say, here, this is train you up to be a mother. And what about like Barbie and Ken? Yeah, so we'll have a male and a female adult dolls to play together. Okay, you can learn. See, I know about this. I used to have, we got an equivalent in Britain. I used to have Action Man. Yeah. And my Action Man always used to try her on with Cindy, my sister Cindy. She had Cindy. Because I was pervert even then. So, what's going on with dolls? I think there's something spooky going on with them. I think it's to do with homunculus and probably predictively programming you to be in like, you know, family, reproductive, all of that. Ah, curly hair. So 1950s courting. I think in 1950s there was plenty going on. She looks like she's thinking about it. He's definitely thinking about it. But it was innocent times. You used to have to kiss her and hope the father didn't see you. Because he got a double-barrel shotgun and he's not afraid to use it. You put my daughter down, you dirty dog. That sort of thing. I love her, Mr. Peachtree. I don't care. You seem like a nice boy, but what's that in your trousers? Look, this is Jesus. He's in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. He hooks up with his old broski, basically his alter ego, Satan. Hey, Jesus. Yes, Satan? Yeah. Do you want to have awesome powers like Homelander? What? You mean like laser eyes? Yeah, check this out and shoot this out my finger. Watch these little fuckers down there. Yeah, it's like a Zindi laser. Do you want one, Jesus? Yeah, I'll give you one of them and a load of money in all of the kingdoms of the world. What you think? What you think? And me and you will rule them. I'll do the bad stuff. You do the good stuff. We'll work between us. What you think? What you think? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know you're my bestie. Jeez. You are my bestie too. Satan, I love you. I love you too. Should we hug? No, I'm red hot. I'm made of fire. Okay, let's not hug. Here's the end of the world. Who do we blame? No one. Ourselves. All is mind. If we think hard enough and we want hard enough, the empire will fall. So, I found it really uncomfortable smoking a cigarette when I lost my fucking hand. Where is my hand? I left it behind. Oh. Well, I look at this picture of a naked woman, Lady Garden, and keep my mind off all that pain I'm having. Chop off my hand. I talk too much. And I wear the wrong kind of lipstick. So here is the fall. Basically, this is the eruption of Vesuvius and fall of Herculaneum and Pompeii. This is in Herculaneum. They're trying to get to the fleet, but they can't because they're all dropping dead because the whole world's ending in front of their very eyes. They're all going to be turned to stone, like ELO tell you. Here is a famous painting called The Triumph of Bacchus. And it's the same procession as what religion do. And they got wine. Guess what you do when you do Holy Communion? Apart from doing sacrificial cannibalism, symbolic cannibalism, I should say, then you drink of the wine. And it's all about the wine. The wine, the wine, the wine. And what it is with these is the wine. And it kills. The wine kills. This kid's getting trampled by goats, but they don't give a shit. Lions are okay. They don't attack. There's Pan putting the tune down because they're all about tune. And they empower the Shabanuskis, one of their lot. The Triumph of Bacchus. And that is exactly what is going on. So this is in my city as well. And this is what's going on. So this was a beautiful college when I was a kid. And it was a beautiful Tartarian building. But they didn't knock it down. And they did the same up the road with another building. But they did put that behind it. That is really very unfortunate, I must say. That is Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. It's nasty, nasty. Right. There's two ways of looking at this picture. You can think, oh, that's really sad. She's on her own over there. And the tea party for the end of the war's over there. You could think like that. Like some people did comment. Poor little girl. She looks so sad. I don't think so. She's thinking, well, and crazily nationalistic fuckers supported Churchill, didn't they? Look where he got him. Yeah, drop bombs on us all fucking year, and millions fucking dead, and they're all celebrating. God, I can't stand my family. They're so fucking retarded. Hope they don't come over by me. I'm happy over here away from them. So I think that's what's going on. Yeah, they set up a little tea party for her flowers. It's lovely. She's coming over with more jam tarts, jammy dodgers. She's happy, but she's nowhere near them. So I don't think she's been naughty either, because she's got a lovely table. So just saying, it's not sad. I think she's just like, they're fucking stupid and keeping away. Proper order. Well done, kid. So that's what we got here. Found on Google. It's Lake Camel Toe. And coincidentally, yeah, I wonder if that's why they did it. Yeah, probably. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway. So if, God, she's all pink and burnt, isn't she? So if you don't eat a Snickers bar, you turn into Joan Collins. Okay? Lusty Babylonian Joan Collins, who's about 99 now and still breathing, still doing stuff. Now, here's a London street in the late 1800s. It's not a part of the world I'd like to time travel to, but I would. Doesn't it look like bleak? It's Dickensian. It's, what's that? No, I don't know. But flooded. Nothing going on, not a soul. Very spooky, easy to get mugged. That was the thing. So there's another little London church going on. So many of these dismantled and destroyed during the Second World War, First World War. So many of them. Right, is that a satellite dish? No, it's a hole in the picture. So this is the oldest street in Cardiff. It's called Wommaby Street. And that's Cardiff Castle clock tower there. For Cardiff Castle. And this is a pub called, well, it was, the Dog and Duck. And earlier this year, about 3-4 months ago, I stayed in that room there, interestingly enough, while there was a crazy concert underneath of heavy metal bands doing like AC/DC, which is epic, so I love AC/DC. So, yeah, it hasn't changed a bit, except that church is gone. So, I'm going to come back. I mean, if you think I've been talking for 3 hours, I've got a couple more images here anyway, just to go through. This was in Chicago back in the day. It is the biggest building imaginable. Look at the size of these stones. Look at the people. And the first level of ginormous pillars is that high in the air. As high as like 4 stories or something. The size of it, guys. Do you know what they did? They dismantled it at a great cost. Stone by stone, they took that thing down. Why would they do that? I know why. Hiding a technology. That thing was a powerhouse of technology. This thing gets paraded through France, and it looks like a dragon of sorts. It also got spikes on it. I'm wondering if it's something to do with comets. Here is there. In France, they put them in parades, like these Phoenician parades. Got different versions. They all look like that. It's a really unusual creature, I must say. So there is the beautiful flat horizon. But go over the edge, though. Doesn't that prove it's flat? Well, not really, because basically it's supposed to be only 3-4 miles away, isn't it, the artificial horizon? So, like, basically, get a telescope and have a look. Oh, it's there again. Yeah, no shit. There's somebody drowning next to it. Oh, right. So, sorry, that's the wrong way around. This guy, for some reason, in an old Victorian picture in France, is wearing a fake beard, sort of suggesting it's like a movie set or something. You even look like you got fake eyebrows. Why would you do that in antiquity? And another one there with a fake beard in a Lumiere movie of Paris in the exposition from the late 1800s. Why would you do that? I think it's all set up. Look at this for craziness. Oh, animals on top of deer, stags, dogs. I'm guessing this is some crazy guy's hunting lodge. You need all that space. Hunting. Craziness. Look at that for antiquity. And that looks like the top of a building. The rest looks like it's underground. Hide their face, Joshua. Look at the size of that fucking thing there. Jesus. So one person lived in there. Had no toilet though. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Beautiful little German Czech town. It's got them things in the background, look like, you know, some sort of electrical array on top of roofs. We see them everywhere. Oh, that's definitely Germany, isn't it? So I've seen a lot of places like that in Czech Republic. I went to Krumlov Castle that looked exactly like that. And it had a weir on that wall. Is that Krumlov? And there's the beach. I think this is in Holland, in Scheveningen, which is Den Haag, The Hague. Inside some of these beautiful German castles. They have this mystical, sort of pre-Raphaelite theme of Arthurian times, or times of magic and wizards and all of that. Look at that beautiful building there, guys. It's pyramidal, but it's top heavy, very, very top heavy. And the door's massive, so I'm thinking that thing goes lower, and that's the roof. That's what I think. Beautiful. Look at the size of that bridge on top of these weird, weird mesas. Looks like fingers. That looks like a toe. A little toe, bigger toe, bigger toe, big toe. Looks like toes. So Liechtenstein, thanks you. Liechtenstein. One of the smallest countries in Europe, one of them. Never been to it myself because I've just never been to it. Ugh, that's beautiful. Look at that. And what sort of things they have inside German and Dutch houses? Cool shit. Sausages. Wieners. A lot of nice porcelain. Which food tastes nicer out of tea? Always tastes yummier. This is in Bristol. I was there only yesterday. Day before. And there is now shit all going on. I used to, when I was a kid, my father's ship used to come right up into the centre of Bristol and dock just by the telephone box. And used to be able to get her off and just walk around Bristol Centre. Can't do that now. Okay. Liverpool. And it looks no grandeur, even though the buildings are there. And in the past, it looks like, wow. Why is that? Is this a copy? Because it's just no spirit now, no soul in any of it. Look, there's just no soul in it, guys. Wow, that's beautiful. Look at all of that. Amazing. The building's amazing. You get here and it's like, and that's Cleopatra's Needle. That's the Thames. And in the past, simply marvelous. That was the embankment. See what I mean? That photo, beautiful. Lampposts, everything, antiquity, everything's going on. This one, nothing's going on. It's like a shit took a shit. Same again, yeah. Newcastle, I believe. Got electric trains there. And then, boof. It's like a shit took a shit. It's all gone. The spirit, the whole thing. I think this is, oh, I've seen this. I know where this is. This is in Skegness. It's beautiful. Look at it. And then you get down to now. Building's still there. They put this big bleeding conservatory. I've seen this though. I've seen this recently, last year. And there's the pier in now. It's what? Is it a pier? It looks crap. What was it in the past? Wow. Absolutely fantastic. There was our transport of the past. Balloonage and planes I've seen. Electric planes in the 1700s. I posted on these channels, on my channel. She talks lovely, doesn't she? Yes, it's like listening to an angel. She's so interesting. Yes, for a woman, she's very interesting. That's what they thought in the old days. It's like, oh, thanks for the stash. I'll keep it down here for later. Is that Mariah Carey? She's got a bit of the Mariah Carey's about her, haven't she? So everything was beautiful in the old days. Now it's not so beautiful. Oh, Albert, Yes, love. Will you get a stud put through your penis? Yes, love. Will you call it Prince Albert? Well, naturally. Oh, no, he would say, yeah, naturally. He's German. It's Queen Victoria. She's like, oh, he's got such bad breath. Because he's famously had halitosis. And he's really pierced. What's happened inside there? So I've got a whole lot of fucking up just inside that mosquage. It's full of mud. Okay. That one is CGI, I think. I don't think that's a real thing. So don't take a notice. I shouldn't have brought that up. It's AI. Okay. Rasputin got his knob in a jar. You can go visit his knob in a jar. He was famous for his member, which the Tsarina was very happy about. And it ended up in a jar after they tried killing him 55 ways till Wednesday. The fucker wouldn't die. It's funny how his name's Putin, Rasputin. You know, they got this tin thing going on. Yeah. So yeah, he listens to everything, even though he just heard me. So Martin talking about me again. Well, at least he's a fan of my work. That's probably what he's thinking. Maybe I should get some of my own potions to stop my hair thinning out. Because if you got that much power and you can stop haemophilia, which he did with the Tsar's son Michael, then you can sort out your baldness, wizard. That's not real. That's a fake version. Anyway, let's move on. There's an antiquity tech boat with all these strange arrays on. So I think they were electric way back as well. Right, I'm coming back. So in case you don't know, just going to remind you, because there's new people turning up on my channel all the time, okay? I have another channel. We have another channel. This is where we started out. Celtic Tartarian channel, 32,000 subs, got 1,100 videos. And you can find out about the fasces that I mentioned earlier right here on the videos, okay? It's thousands to choose from, and all the stuff I was up to years ago as well. Done one shot. Well, look, super fact. Here's my book, The Holy Grail of the Great Reset, which calls the Great Reset one of the first to mention the Great Reset. What it was, because it was before any of it was talked about.
Martinliedtke's The Holy Grail of the Great Reset asks if you're awake. If you are, great. If not, he asks you to open your mind and think outside the box you've been stuck in for most of your life. Martin's second book asks questions about the accepted narrative and probes our historic timeline. But, rather than make statements that cannot be proven, Martin asks intelligent questions. He delves deep into the cavernous lies that have been embedded in your mind as fact. With his experienced eye, Martin prizes open the subjects of art, architecture, war and religion, and many more, while he inquires about mankind's ability to create and build such beauty, while, at the same time, destroy it with such wretched horror. However, rather than doom-laden prophecies, which are a common theme among many books of this nature, Martin's work is different. His work is different in that, the further he probes, the more you begin to question the narrative yourself. Martinliedtke.
Flags will just make countries turn on one another and fight one another in wars. So we won't be one. Okay? So. So, I know how to watch all that. Just go to my channel and watch it. Thank you, India. That's a really good video, that one. I love that. Right, I'm going to have to get going in a minute because I've been talking over 3 hours. I didn't think I'd be able to do 3 hours, but here I am. So, still 500 of you in the house. Oh, my God. Thank you for staying with us and managed to retain you lot for 3 hours, which is pretty epic. Phoenicia, through the mists of time. We're looking for the source of Phoenicia and evidence that they are definitely in control of this paradigm. The Phoenician paradigm, that they're all in, and it's a cult. It's a death cult, guys. Marathon Martin, I do make the effort. Thank you. Alvar Billy. So yeah, there's girlfriend days. Great flat day. Thank you, Cheryl. You're a pleasant swimmage. So Dave Knuckles is advertising there. £80 for 7,150 on a hard drive of books, rare books and books from antiquity, 1800s, many of. Best of mine, best of Jason R. Cakes, Jason Brashears for Cakes, who will be on here Monday night, 9 o'clock GMT for a livey, and we're going to get deep. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, guys. So them images, and I'm doing 47,000 of my images on hard drive for 44 quid. Okay, and then the links are down below in the descriptions box. I'm getting copying. I've had 3 brought back to me. They'll be sent off Monday. If you are waiting, please be patient. All of them will get there. So thank you, India. That was an awesome video you did a while back. Machiavelli, good to see you. And thank you, Mickey. Much love to Karen. Love to you. And Shiva Shampoo. Some lovely photos. I got endless photos of files, because when I was collecting them off these hard drives, I seen files that I ain't even seen the images, so I never presented these. I got loads of them, so it was really good because it gave me loads of spare stuff that I haven't actually posted about or talked about. I do that. I go on to another thing and I leave the other, and then it's there. It's brilliant. Michael, good to see you. Joshua, Dean. Let's talk about people's psychedelic trips. No, I went for a pre-tripping, and then a jumbo jet landed on my willy, and then Jimi Hendrix got out and started playing Electric Ladyland. I was happy for 8 minutes tripping. So that's what they'll be like. Oh, they're always the same tripping stories, and you can't really talk about tripping stories unless you're tripping, because you don't remember tripping until you're tripping. It's weird. Yeah. Small town go. So, typical English guy. Vatican's Lucifer telescope. Yeah, no shit. So yeah, the Vatican got a telescope called Lucifer. Oh, that's what they're looking for. Thanks, Miles. Good to see you, my bro. David Dickerson. Thank you for your commentary on paintings, etc. Oh, we love art. We've got very good taste here. We love classical theme stuff. We go through all of the different schools of art. We've got quite educated in literature, the arts. In fact, for the last 8 years, we've all picked up really good PhDs in subjects, all of us together. Leslie, that's a nice name, isn't it? What's that? Althea. Layla, you got me on my knees, Layla. Henrietta. Wrong with Henry. Squirrel Sniper. JJ Hemcrete. Oh, that's a good name. Hemcrete Bear. Nice one. Rasputin was my first deep dive. Yeah, it's a good one. I've done that. We've done that on Think Tank. We've done the old knob in a jar. Showed you a picture. Yeah. Tyke, good to see you. Tyke Trucking. Yeah, the Babylonians, bad bastards. Don't worry. We're on it. We're all over it like a rash. Hell yeah, Sam. Tracy, good to see you. Dallas Fowler. The real Martin has long hair. This is a clone. No, they haven't cloned Dallas. I'm unclonable. Yeah, this is obvious. But I don't think Jamie Foxx has been cloned. It's I watched that video. I was thinking he's just been fucking ill. Although he looks a lot paler because he's been indoors, ill, obviously, and he's probably been anemic. But yeah, that image they're showing of him is 20 years ago. That's not really fair. So yeah, I don't think he's a clone at all. Not saying they're not doing it. People go missing and then they come back another person. Look at Dave Chappelle. Just saying. And how come Buzz Aldrin haven't fucking popped his clocks? He's still wearing forward wristwatches and eating fat steaks all day. He's 100 years old or something. Just saying. At McCarthy, Scatterbrain. I thought with his mouth they'd have got rid of him time ago. Indigo Girl. Can't wait till Monday. Yeah, we got a fantastic show planned. Okay, guys, that'll be well worth coming back for. Myself, Jason Brashears, my bro. We're going to be talking about
We're going to be digging deep because we do some top research together. He's got all the juice. I got all the juice. Between us both, we got it covered. Julie, thanks for popping by. Esley, weaponize the sun. So somebody passed me a video yesterday. Where did I watch that video? Can't remember. But it was made by basically what I would regard as a gatekeeper. Just one of them. Somebody in a suit. Somebody who I don't trust. I don't like people in suits. That's just me. As soon as they got a suit on, I lose interest. Just like, fuck's sake. You got a collar on. Just totally bent over. No. Don't do ties. I fought her hammer and tongue not to have ties on. Right through school, they tried to make me. I had the first year in my school. When I was 11 years of age, we had this like Jewish jeweler that used to like basically pierce all the skinheads weirdly. So I went to school, and they had me and my mate Billy on a stage in the morning assembly in front of 1,200 pupils after morning prayers, saying, "Look at these little gay boys," and stuff like that, because we had urines in. Yeah, imagine that in this day and age, you go to jail. Anyway, 2 years later, every fucker in the school had fucking nose, fucking lip, ears, and always before my time. I had the first Crombie in my school. I had a lovely Crombie. Anyway, Tid, good to see you. Do you know what Crombie is in America? It's a long black coat. If you're in a hot country, you're not going to know because you're never going to wear one, but they are quality items. Yeah. When it rains on them, they smell like wet dog. Oh, it's lovely. No, it is. It's like, I'll give you a picture of Britain. It's raining. Yeah. All of the black slate roofs are reflecting the light, the dark, miserable light. You're freezing cold, but it's okay because there's a chip shop on the next corner. You've got your Crombie on. You go over to that chip shop, you get a bag of chips. Yeah. Make sure they're red hot, stick them up your jumper. You're red hot till you get all the way home, and you can get a chip out of there, and it keeps like central heating. This is how British people survive. We put chips up our jumpers. Ask a British person, tell me if I'm wrong. But no, I'm not wrong. Hugh, good to see you, Michelle. Krampus, it's a nice name, isn't it? It's like Crumping is exploding mines in World War One. Krampus is like blow us up. X-rated, I would imagine. Oh yeah, AI I would have thought would have to have an accurate representation of reality, aka knowing what's going on. Yeah, and would give us a helping hand. But if it's from the future and it's from a psychotic ruling class, so to speak, employed as a protocol to fuck with us, then we'd have to consider that too. There's definitely some weird protocol employed in the Matrix. I've noticed that. Debbie, all hail Martin Welsh Bard. Oh, well, I can write poems, Debbie. I'm quite good at them, but they're all rude. Silly, not that one. I don't know, they're all rude. They're all really rude. Don't worry, I won't be able to tell you any. They're like sea shanties, but rude. Ben, why? Don't know, does it matter? Hiya, Scott. Spellerine. Good to see you. Wizards. Yeah, wizards. So yeah, I went to Glastonbury. It's a weird vibe in Glastonbury. That's because it has a massive amount of Satanists go there. But there are a separate load of people who are the old hippies from Glastonbury that have been living there since the fucking 60s. They eat lentils and do drums in the day, and play drums and dance around tripping most of the day. Everybody in Glastonbury's stoned and tripping. It's wonderful. I like it. Yeah, but the weird dicky vibes all are like, because there's witches shops, everything there, and they got that like you get all them weird gothy types, don't you? They're into all of that evil stuff. They sort of go there. So that's probably what the icky vibes are, the nasties. And plus they're proper like into space and stuff. Water. Anyway, back to what I was mentioning earlier. Hari Rama. So I was mentioning a documentary, I think, or a clip I'd seen, I don't even know where a guy in a suit had said, there's an ocean above us. It's a sea. And he said the moon was a continent. And I thought about the lunar wave, Crow 777's lunar wave. Maybe that's exactly what it was. Interesting thought. Alva Billy, I think there's an ocean above. That's why the sky's blue. That's what I think. Hippie, Dave Knuckles, because space ain't space. Yo, there's water up there. Who else we got? Who else we got? So I got to go, guys. I can't talk forever. I need something to eat. That's what I need. Okay, Electric Magnetic. I love that name. Ryan. What's happening? Laurie and our India. And Raina. Good to see you, lovely. I thought I missed you there. Martin is smoking from the Big Lewinsky. I can't say your name there. Oh, Gorilla Matrix. Okay, I've got to go. Okay, peace and love to you all. Make sure to share this out. Hope you enjoyed my presentation. I've been out most of the week. I'm going to share all of what I just showed you, all them image books, which are really, really good to go through later, guys, in your own time. The moment I finish this video. So 10 minutes, come back. Make sure to like this video if you did. Make sure to share this video out and subscribe to Martin Liedtke channel. And if you want to know how all this happened, catch up with Celtic Italian channels. 1,000 videos to choose from. What's that dude's name? Oh yeah, Bro Sanchez, sure thing. Oh yeah. That's what I seen it. Bro Sanchez, is it? Tyler Perry has been cloned. Oh yeah, that's why I was watching clones on Bro Sanchez. Good show actually. But persuasive evidence that shit's going down, yo. But like they got nuts with there's women or obvious women that they says, oh no, that's a bloke. Well, that's a fucking dude. That's not a fucking dude. That's a woman. They still say like Kylie Minogue's a dude. It's weird stuff. I don't think so. She's about that big. It's fucking tiny. I don't think they come like that. So that got a bit weird as well. So I don't think I definitely think that goes on, right, guys? But I think there are definitely women. Honestly, there are. So I just say, Lynn. Sexy women. So, Little Wing. Hey up, lovely lumps. I'm sorry I'm late. I've been out filming the moon. Yeah, is it out? Oh, I'll have to have a look. I haven't seen it for a bit. Okay, thank you, Little Wingage. We love you. Okay. Be epic. Stay epic. I'm going to try and come back a little bit more this week if I can do more content this week. As I said, I've been traveling around. I'll watch that video when I've done some flat smacking in the park and Dave, and that was pretty good. There's a fight nearly as well halfway through. Sven loses his shit. It's absolutely brilliant. But guys, like kids haven't got a clue. You know, I would even when I was a kid, right? And I was in gangs, right? It was any member would fucking any of the gang would talk to an adult like shit or anyone like shit or be just uncool. They get punched in the air. They're down. It's like fucking don't show us that. It was something you didn't do. And now the kids seem to think that they can just talk to adults or anyone like shit for some reason. Where did that come from? So cheeky. I really don't like it anyway. That's what they're like. So, yeah, thumb drives. If you want a thumb drive, I'm copying them 24/7 on free devices. Nearly all of what the previous orders are out, except for these ones that got sent back. They'll be out this week, Monday. I can assure you that you'll have them very soon. Please be patient. Patience is a necessity, not a virtue. This is by Front Row Seat. Who's in the chat now? Wise words indeed from our Sharon. Okay. And we looked at electric boats and the Phoenicians, which are definitely in control. And Aleppo and lots of other things besides. So, thank you somewhere in time, lovely. Thank you all, beautiful chat people. Hope you had a fantastic time. Not too much on the comedy, but I have been doing talk, voiceover things for your general amusement, as I do. Okay, double flat thumbs to infinity. I'm going to go rest. Rest my weary Brian. We'll talk. No, that'll be for a week. No, we'll be able to talk. Eddie Kazoo, I can talk for Wales. Okay, it's an Olympic sport. That beach volleyball. Not male. That would be gay. Squirrel Sniper. Adam Cook, he's my bro. I love Adam Cook. He's my favorite Lincoln bro. He's my Lincoln connection. I got bros everywhere. He's my Lincoln connection. Yeah. Lincoln #1 connection. James, good to see you. And Tyke again. Okay, Joshua and Alva Billy. Much love to you, my brother. Squizzle. Squirrel Sniper, much love to you. Thank you for Enders 420 patrolling, making sure everybody's topped up, nobody's running dry. Buster, which is really glorious. It all helps, especially for Flat Earth British vloggage. Buster Johnson, Indiana in the house. Yay, we love you. And there you are. Donate, might buy him a coffee. That would be lovely too. Okay. Can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so. Edna, Chan Yang. Oh, yeah. And Z, Satete Warrior, my brother Z, he's in the house. Good to see you, my brother. Much love to you. Julia. Julie. Okay, thank you so much. I don't disappoint. All right, then I shit that out of nowhere. With no time at all this week. There you are. But I was doing truthing stuff. It's not as if I'm just doing nothing. Doing truthing stuff. Did I say wank stain, Jason? Oh, I hope not. I might have done. Johnny Man. Anyway, it's a good descriptive word, isn't it? Okay. Spud rag. I already do Dyke by living here. Okay. Don't know what's going on there. Moon. We'll look back later. Ryan, Scatterbrain, we love you. We love you all. Edna, we love you. You're so fantastic. And lovely Andrea is in the house as well. Hiya, Andrea. Good to see you as well. And my friend Nora, you're in that film, Nora. So if you want to see Nora in action and getting like heckled and shouted at and stuff, but still holding her grounds, especially saying to them that they was trying to say that trigonometry is not real. So silly, really. But they didn't know shit about shit. So they got educated by their elders, like it should be. Okay. No worries, my bro. You take care. Plane Drifter. Okay. So we're spreading the love. We're spreading the high vibration. What are we not doing? We're not taking any notice of any of the bullshit. Okay. We're not creating icky vibes. That's what we're not doing. Creating love vibes. It's like, that was warm and cushy. I feel really nice now. See what I mean? Works. It's called love. It's called fearless warrior love. Is what's called. Very empowering. Let's try it. Well, you all do. That's what you're. Chrissy Funky, you should get on the street though. Well, you don't have to. I like that. But I got big mouth. I don't give a shit. So it's different for me. I stand for big crowds and all that. No problem. Clothes on. Fortunately, Epstein's alive. We don't give a fuck, Machiavelli. It's all bullshit. Give me a 1 ounce of proof that any of it is true. Please. Maybe his dead body with his tongue hanging out. Talking about the cell. Anything. Even that Griswold bird. Fucking pencil drawings. He's giving what? No, nobody had a photo. No. Bet she's not in any British prison where anyone could report, oh, like, I'm in a cell with her, because they'll have her shipped off to. Yeah. All right, whatever. Fucking Maxwell. Fucking. She's on a boat. James, Michael, oh, they're just actors in the show that you all watch. If people do watch Saturday, they're watching a show because it's all a show. They're all actors. All of them. Politicians, actors. All of them. Space people, actors. It's all they are, guys. James. The rest, brainwashed. The good bits, maybe a lot of them that thought they were doing the right thing, blackmailed. They got them all. They get them on one thing or another. No, that's true. Okay. So thank you all for popping by. Do all of the obligatory YouTube things. Thanks for keeping me company for 3.5 hours. Oh my God, I thought I was going to be a 2. Yep. Thank you, Joshua. Yep. Drugs are bad. Drugs are good. Just never run out. So I had a fight with a huge black lady pub manager today. I must eliminate these vibes. Yeah, don't have icky vibes. Yeah, it's not going to be good for you. It reflects back because this place is a mirror and it takes a little while, and then you wonder why, get the cosmic 2x4 and stuff. I try not to engage, but I'm banned from loads of places, Nora. Banned from a local pub. That wasn't my fault, though. I didn't do anything. I saw Martin in a story in the Daily Times paper. I've been in all of those papers. Telegraph. That was not a bad write-up. They said I was like a child high on sugar, very enthusiastic, very enjoyable. I thought, not bad. It's not destroying me, is it? Zania, Charles Horn Sugar. I thought that was a good approximation. Anyway. Settle Rainy, good to see you. Thanks for popping by, all of you. Remember all the words of wisdom that you have learned here today. Take them with you. Take them forward. And you go forward. Your conscious evolution. Have a fantastic life for you and your loved ones. All of you have a fantastic life. Okay. Make it so. Anyway, magic. Flat for magic. Really flat for magic. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go. Okay, Joshua, I gotta go. Okay, everyone, I gotta go. Double Flat Firms, thank you so much for popping by. That was an epic night. Loves Flaterday, it's the best. Okay, see you all soon, very soon. And keep an eye on my community page. And come back Monday, 9 o'clock GMT. I'm going to be live with our cakes. How epic is that? Yeah, fucking know it. See you later.